Now they can hear us.
Alright.
Hello, everybody. My name is
Hello.
Markiplier. Welcome
Thank
back.
you,
This is a
Solomon.
fun game called Five Nights at Freddy's, which has been recommended a
We're
lot.
not doing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My
We're
name is
doing
Jacksepticeye.
something that's even more complicated than Five Nights at Freddy's. Not really, but
What is
it
it?
would take about the same amount of time to explain. We're
Mhm.
talking about Sonic the Hedgehog lore.
Ooh!
I love this.
I said this once that I should do a stream where, because let me tell you folks something. Actually, I haven't even introduced who is on the stream, but how about you two say your names first? Just either one of you two, go first.
My name is Medi.
Yeah, and I'm Aiden. Hi, guys.
Good to know. Okay, so now Medi here.
Okay.
Let me tell you a little something about Medi. He has not played a lot of Sonic, you know. I think like 2 games. Am I getting that right?
No, I say yeah now, because I'm Medi.
No, yeah, he's definitely not played a lot of Sonic games. I know Medi is
Medi's not played a lot
much
of Sonic
bigger
games.
fan of like other franchises and whatnot.
Yeah.
Plays a lot of Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Medi here, he's never played that much. So he's only played like 2 Sonic games that I know of.
Mm.
Am I correct in that? Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, it is. Absolutely.
Okay, good. No, not good actually. You know, get some.
We gotta educate him. Is the main thing.
So today we're gonna teach you Sonic with
and
me.
I, Aiden, am gonna definitely help out a lot because I've played a lot of Sonic games.
Here to teach you about Sonic with some
Oh
Power
my
Simulator
God,
gameplay in the background,
Aiden.
so the TikTok gamer whatevers don't get bored watching this.
Woo!
I needed a game that I didn't need to think about when I'm playing it, so that I can focus on Sonic.
No, fair. Oh, surely we go to the Wallace and Gromit levels.
Sure, why not? So yeah, today we're gonna talk about however much Sonic we can, and
Actually,
however long the stream ends up being.
Totally
That's
different.
why it is part 1 of question mark.
We should totally do like either Warhammer or Final Fantasy, just because it'd be so tonally different.
Well, we can't do Warhammer because I don't own it.
Oh, okay.
You have a Warhammer map in a.
Yeah.
No, I don't
You
have
get
it.
to claim,
It says I can buy it, but I can't.
things from
I haven't bought it
Warhammer.
yet, and I can't buy it today. I have no
It is
money
actually
left.
cool. And Wallace and Gromit and Shrek. Back to the Future.
Well, we just kind of
SpongeBob,
like flick between levels.
Okay, that is actually cool.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do Wallace and Gromit first. Let's do.
Just pick something, you know, like I don't know, the
let's do the moon.
rocket.
That's fine.
Speaking of the moon.
No, we're not there yet.
Oh, I know this part. He puts us on the moon.
We're not there yet. Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog. Medi has not played it. Aiden, okay, can we stop with this bit? It's getting confusing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Medi. And I'm Costa.
Yeah. No, you're not Costa.
No, I'm
Believe it or
Aiden,
not, this is not the first stream I've been in.
This is the third, because you guys did.
No, I meant
Halo,
the first
right?
stream. I said this is not the first stream I've been in.
Oh, okay.
I've been in many of them, which is all of them, because this is my channel. And we're getting off topic.
We get the Costa's chair stream, where it's just the empty chair.
If you watch the first 30 minutes of some of my older streams, you will see an empty chair.
It is just a chair.
Yeah, because for my old PNG tuber, I had a chair behind them, and it would be empty when I wasn't before the stream would start. Okay. But I got a different chair now.
Favorite character in the Costa Rica expanded universe.
Well, there's just me.
This world.
And the chair.
There's just me, and currently I look like Eggman.
Also, yeah. So in the beginning.
Okay. Let's set some.
Do I get up the official timeline?
Well, I actually wrote down on Word some notes to make sure I got it memorized. Well, I guess not memorized because I wrote notes for it, but you know, so I get it right.
Memorized.
Some memorized and some.
We're not doing Kingdom Hearts lore. That's a different stream. Don't worry, we'll get to that.
We said to get it memorized. So.
Yeah, that's a different stream. We'll get there. Don't you worry. All you KH fans, look forward to that.
Fun.
But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing Sonic, which is not complicated, just kind of long. Because it's been going for like 30 years.
In many different mediums.
We're just doing the game.
Yes. But we're just doing the games because they're the only ones that are really,
comics could be their own series of streams if you did like Archie comics.
Because the games are mostly pretty much interconnected very tightly.
Yeah, and they're not like... The comics and stuff are like not canon.
The comics is like debatable because
okay, so real quick, there's some ground rules before we start this. You're not doing comics or TV shows or anything like that. And I'm not doing literally every game.
Just the important ones.
Just the important ones, because I'm not doing Sonic the Hedgehog and then explaining 8-bit Sonic the Hedgehog to you, because the story is basically the same. Just with a few different worlds. And we're not even listing all the worlds.
I'm assuming, obviously, because some of the IDW stuff is canon, we're just going to skip over those, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
Explaining what the fuck
is Starline. If there's any holes, Google it. We're here for a good time.
And a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's actually get started. So, we start our story, our tale of this rat that goes real fast in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, released in 1991.
Okay.
It's not 50, you know what, I'm not doing this.
It's only 34.
Yeah.
No, I was referring to, like, one of the earlier moments in, like, the timeline. I thought we were going that far back. But...
No. We're not doing this in timeline model. We're doing this in game model.
Would Sonic the Hedgehog 1 not be the start of the Sonic the Hedgehog timeline?
No. You'd be surprised.
Anyway, we'll get to that.
Huh.
So, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, pretty simple to explain. So, because I'm like 2 main characters.
Literally.
Why has that changed?
And Eggman.
Yeah, we got Sonic. He is a blue hedgehog who can run very fast. And we have Eggman, who is a scientist who can run really fast. And is real smart and is evil and builds big machines. And what he does I'll just explain with the plot of Sonic 1. So in Sonic 1, it takes place on a place called the South Islands, where Eggman has been capturing little animals called flickies and putting them in robots to like power. I think it's to power them. Maybe it's just to be a jerk. I don't know.
No, it's to power them.
It does
We've
power
seen
them?
like a
Okay.
rough sketch of the inside of the robots. It's literally like a treadmill in there. So
hamster wheel. Yeah.
Okay. Just good to know. And,
fun fact.
Yeah, good to know. This is why I bought you one. You're my like.
The backup.
You're like the fact checker if I get anything wrong.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But go ahead, keep going.
2 fans are better than 1.
Yes.
Unless it's a K-pop fan, then they will kill you.
They might kill each other first, though. So
yeah, but they're like in sync with each other, like a well choreographed K-pop dance. Then
and then you'll die.
Yes, but we're not explaining K-pop lore because I don't know K-pop lore. We're doing Sonic lore, which is even scarier.
Yeah, listen to BTS. Does that count?
Well, yeah, but we're not. That's not. I don't think there's lore for BTS. Well, I mean, you know what? We're getting distracted.
Anyway, it's back to the point.
Sonic is not cool with this. So he does what he does best and goes really fast and frees the little robots from Eggman's robots.
Yeah.
And then defeats Eggman in his base called Scrap Brain Zone.
Just to confirm as well, another thing, the other reason Eggman is here is because he found like an energy signature on South Island.
Which is the Chaos Emerald. The 6 Chaos Emeralds. No, there's not 7 yet, just wait for it. There used to only be 6.
Yeah, back then that was the assumed number.
And they don't really do much in this game.
They make some flowers.
Yep, you can't even get super in this game. That wasn't until the next one.
That's all that's all it really does. You just make flowers in the good ending and that's it.
Yeah.
Happy days.
There's not much to say about this one. And just starting everything. On to Sonic 2.
Is it 2 now? Oh yeah, I forgot the revised timeline puts CD after 2.
Well, but again, I'm not going in timeline order. We're going in release order.
No. The like even revised timeline is like now 2 then CD, which is weird, but you know.
Anyway, so Sonic 2 I mean, the plot's pretty similar to the first one, just on different islands. What are they called again?
I think this one's West Island?
West Side Island or something?
West Side Island.
Yeah, okay. And there's a new character, Sonic's friend Tails.
The Fox. Also known as Miles Tails per hour.
Yeah, that's his name. And he's got his own kind of backstory. So basically, Tails one day was bullied by the others for being autistic. I meant for having two tails. Until one day he met Sonic, and he thought Sonic was cool and tried to keep up with him because Sonic's so fast. And that's how he learned that if he spins his tails around, he can fly.
And also run a little faster.
Yeah.
What a hell of a way to learn that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've got the classic duo, the autistic one and the ADHD one. My favorite ship dynamic.
It will be unstoppable.
Yep. So yeah, they go really fast, defeat Eggman and all that. And in this game, Eggman's built a thing called the Death Egg, which is just the Death Star from Star Wars, but with Eggman's face slapped on it.
Yeah.
And he intends to use the 7 Chaos Emeralds this time. There's 7, don't ask.
But Sonic gets them all. And he does get them in this game because that ties into the next one, but we'll get to that later. Next up, we got Sonic CD.
Actually, I'll just quickly confirm.
CD is not. No, I'm kidding.
Imagine how embarrassing it would be if you got that wrong.
They've been swapping it around for years. Is the issue.
Again, like, not timeline order, game release order. CD came as a game released after 2.
I will say this. Okay. It is in timeline. I messed up, sorry. It is before 2, timeline-wise.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, though.
My bad. No, it doesn't matter too much, but they keep swapping it, so that's my reasoning.
So, in Sonic CD, first off, before we get into like the nitty-gritty of the lore, this game adds 2 new characters who are important. We got Amy, Amy Rose, who is like the pink hedgehog who has a crush on Sonic and doesn't really get a personality till a bit later.
But she has a very large hammer.
Yeah.
She has a very large hammer, uses tarot cards, which was in the manual.
It was
in the manual.
Yeah.
Huh.
Although the English manual also called her Princess Sally, like from the cartoon, so I don't even know anymore.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I mean, in the manual, I think for Sonic 2, it says Tails likes peppermint, which is now just a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So actually, remind me after we finish recapping this lore, I got a fun game we can play.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So next up,
back to the story.
And other than Amy, the other character introduced is Metal Sonic. Now, I should mention there have been other Robo Sonics, like in Sonic 2, but no one really gives a shit.
Actually, hold on. That's Mecha Sonic,
Mark
not
1.
Silver. Yes.
But no one really gives a shit because they're lame.
So, yeah.
But this one gave us Metal Sonic, who is certified not lame.
The long and short of it is that Eggman's mecha line is absolute dog water doo-doo, and the metal line was perfect right from the first one he made.
Yeah.
Good to know. He got it right.
Yeah. So anyway, the story revolves around, there's a planet called Little Planet, and every so often, I don't remember, but the exact amount of time...
I'll get the FAQ.
It, like...
You just keep explaining.
Goes by... what's called, like, orbits near Earth. And Sonic is like, oh, that's cool, I'm gonna go see that. So he runs it over real fast in, like, an animated cutscene, which it has, like, that old, like, hand-drawn anime cells animation, because this was, like, the 90s. Like,
yeah, it was made by
like that
Toei.
Oh, really? I was literally about to say, it's got that old-school Dragon Ball animation that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Planet.
That's not related, I just like that animation style.
And there's a banging intro music as well.
That is true.
Little Planet fact check, appearing over Never Lake for just 1 month a year.
Okay, thank you. So Sonic goes to see it, but oh no. Maddie, would you please?
Oh no, it's been chained.
No, here, I'll do it.
Oh, sorry. What am I doing?
Oh no.
It's been chained
Oh.
by Eggman.
Chained? Like, entirely?
Which is me.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, literally chained.
I did it with a big chain.
Like a literal big chain. Like there's
really
no joke about this.
It's kind of impressive in its own way.
I'm not gonna lie, it is cool. You did a good job.
A small celestial body.
Yes.
Yes.
That's been chained to the Earth.
Would it fuck the solar system? Yes.
How big is Little Planet?
And yet he can't chain one hedgehog.
Like, in comparison to other planets, how big is Little Planet? Is that like moon size?
I guess it would be like a moon.
Yeah,
I mean, it's in the name. It's not called Big Planet.
Yeah, that's a different game.
Little Big Planet.
Whoa, I love Sackboy.
I should really play this game sometime.
You should, they're fun.
That's the next game on stream. You heard it here first, folks.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device. Anyway, so Eggman has chained it down because I think it's because I'm gonna assume it's because of time travel.
For the time stones.
Okay, I thought it was really.
He finds another energy reading.
There's these
and
like crazy stones called time stones. They look like chaos emeralds, but they're not chaos emeralds. They're time stones.
There's only 6 of them.
I believe so. And so Sonic does what he does best and goes really fast and collects them, or maybe doesn't and instead destroys some robot teleporters in the past. It's the whole thing. Because this game has time travel mechanics, but that's more of a gameplay thing than a lore thing, so we're not going to go into it. It's
debatable because like there's a later game that says it's bad future, another game that says good future.
But to be fair, that's like there's like explanations for that, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So Sonic goes really fast. He stops Eggman. He saves Amy, who was kidnapped by Metal Sonic.
The only reason she went
I don't really know why they kidnapped Amy, but they did.
The only reason they went to why she went to Little Planet was because she saw Sonic, started idolizing him, and
maybe it's because I like to imagine that this model of Metal Sonic, his like eyes don't have color like adapters yet, so
he thought she was just Sonic.
Hedgehog. Yeah, that's my headcanon now. You heard it from me, folks.
Yeah,
I literally cannot see the color pink.
Can't see any color.
I am colorblind.
He doesn't got the colored like camera eyes yet. Only the normal ones. Like the
maybe he can see green, but not like blue or red, so he just can't.
Yeah, maybe. That's a very specific camera.
Why did you not program my eyes with color sensors?
Yeah, that'd be a very specific like camera to have though, because like he doesn't have organic eyes. He's a robot, so you can't be like, oh,
well, he would just have like a black and white camera.
Yeah. Anyway, when I get the point. Yeah. Anyway, so Sonic goes fast, saves the planet from disaster.
Like the intro
Sonic
says.
Boom.
He does his thing, unchains the planet.
Yeah, Amy is saved, and it's all good.
Everything's and Metal Sonic is left on Little Planet. This will be important later, I promise.
Oh, I didn't include those games. I forgot.
Oh.
Anyway.
What games?
Anyway.
Sonic 4.
Sonic 4 episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Next up, we got. Mehdi, what do you think we got next?
I don't know. We had Sonic 1, we had 2, we had CD. Maybe Sonic F.
We haven't had Sonic 2 yet.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. That was the second one we talked about.
Yeah.
Right, never mind.
I was like, wait a minute. Actually made me doubt myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like I can't count, so maybe like Sonic AM, for like the radio.
No, you're wrong. Next to a Sonic Spinball.
God damn it.
Spinball.
This is canon, by the way.
One day, Eggman built evil pinball. On to Sonic 3.
Anyways.
Eggman, did you get that pinball made? Bingo blade? What?
Yeah, it's evil pinball. On to Sonic 3. So, I think it's supposed to take place like right after 2, but I guess they retconned it, so it's after CD. I don't know.
No. It is. Oh, wait, no, they didn't.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you checked that. Okay. So right after 2, Eggman's death egg crashed on a little island that was floating in the air.
Did not blow up, by by the way.
Yeah, it did not blow up. Called Angel Island. And on that island, he discovers an echidna. His name is Knuckles, and he's red.
Woo!
Why do you think he's called Knuckles, by the way?
Because he's
Take a
got...
wild guess.
No, I know this one. It's because he doesn't chuckle.
Good enough.
Correct, exactly.
That's it.
So, Eggman tells him that he's a good egg man, and that Sonic is no good
And that
and
he's being
evil,
hunted by
and
him.
he's got the Chaos Emeralds, and he's gonna take the Master Emerald, which is like a big Chaos Emerald that's on Angel Island.
That's the
like
7th one.
that's the 8th one.
No, it's the
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. In
Well,
Sonic 2, we added a 7th one. Just don't worry about it too much.
Right,
Well,
and then this is the Master Emerald.
the Master Emerald. We'll get to like its implications later.
But
Not right
basically,
now.
it's like the emerald that's in charge of the other emeralds.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
main emerald.
Yeah, it's like the big boss emerald. And I do mean big, it's like really big.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the other ones are like normal
Okay.
gems. This is like a... What's a good like size comparison for it? Like maybe about the
I mean,
size
like
of a...
the Chaos
Like
Emeralds,
the
you can
size of like a
hold them in
small
your
desk,
hand.
maybe?
I would say like the Chaos Emeralds, you can hold them in your hand, whereas like the Master Emerald, think of it like
It's
a
got like a big old shrine that it's on.
Mini Cooper?
yeah.
No, it's not
Like, think
quite
of
as
it
big
like-
as a Mini Cooper.
Think of
Maybe
it like
like-
the it
Or
it's
maybe
varies
like
on
the
size,
size of like
but
a
I'd say
small ATV.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It'll vary in size later on, but
yeah,
that
but
doesn't really
that's
matter.
the gist of it. It's
Mm.
weirdly small in one of the later games, but let's not worry about that. In most of the games,
Anyways.
its size is pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's just like one or two.
It's just that
exceptions
one
where
time.
it's shrunk down.
Yeah, but it's not really important the size of the thing. It's just what it does.
Yeah.
It's not
Mhm.
the size
yeah.
of your emerald. It's what you do with it that counts.
Knuckles said that.
Yeah, he did. Very wise that he couldn't.
But yeah,
So
main
Sonic
point
and
is-
Tails, I found about Angel Island, which is now landed in the ocean
Mhm.
because if
because
the Master Emerald's
Master
not,
Emerald wasn't
yeah,
in its normal spot. So they go to see what the heck is going on here. So they're flying over to the island, and Sonic goes super and flies on over to Angel Island when suddenly Knuckles, he punches Super Sonic so hard that the Chaos Emeralds fly right out of him.
No.
this is
And
never
he
explained how he
yoinks
does it.
them. Definitely does not chuckle. That was not a chuckle. That was a
Because
laugh.
he doesn't chuckle.
That was a hearty laugh. It's different.
Yes.
That's manly.
See, Toriko would chuckle.
We're not doing Toriko. None of us have read it.
What's Toriko?
No.
We'll get to it later.
No
It's like a small
Toriko.
child, like in bed. Daddy, what's Toriko?
Didn't think we'd be having this talk so young.
Well, son, let me tell you.
Can I just tell you about where babies come from instead?
Let me tell you about the big four of Shonen Jump.
We're not. No Shonen Jump right now. That can
No,
be another
no,
stream.
we're
Dragon
back-
Ball lore.
Yeah.
I have to finish reading it first.
That'd be a fun one.
That could be actually, but we're getting off topic here.
The stream doesn't end until you finish reading Dragon Ball lore.
The stream doesn't end till I finish.
He
Yeah.
only has to read Dragon Ball lore, not the actual like manga.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's
So
like,
we're
wait
just
a
gonna
minute.
sit here with. I have a copy of Dragon Ball right next to me actually. We're just gonna sit here and I'm gonna be like, okay, I don't have a camera, guys. So I'm just gonna explain to you what's happening. So then,
Whoa! And then he punched him.
yeah, then
Oh
Krillin.
man.
Oh yeah, we're in the middle of them fighting the Genya Force. Then Krillin tried to attack that fat guy who can freeze time, and then he
Bulldog.
ran away. But then Gohan was like, he's over there, and he's like, what? How did they know? Anyway, no more Dragon Ball.
How is this related to Sonic?
It's not.
Oh,
We
well,
got
you see,
distracted.
Super Sonic was inspired by Super Saiyan,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
So there is actually some correlation.
Actually, it is actually somewhat related. Okay.
yeah. There you
It
go.
is actually somewhat related. There you go.
So then Sonic unleashed the Kamehameha. Wait, wait. Getting my lore confused.
Wrong series, guys.
So Goku got the 7 emeralds, but Knuckles punched them out of him. So then Sonic starts going really fast across Angel Island and starts getting the emeralds back from the special level, bonus levels. That's just like a thing in the Sonic games. He has to touch all the balls.
He has to touch the blue spheres to turn them into red spheres.
Must be
I do that all the time. I love touching blue spheres and turning them into red spheres. I'm addicted to that.
It's fun. So
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a euphemism or anything. I just said that.
Not.
It could be.
I mean, you could refer it to like blue balls, yeah.
Yeah, anyway. So they go really fast. He gets the emeralds back. And we're just going to fast forward a little bit. So eventually they end up in a place called the Hidden Palace Zone where Sonic and Knuckles have an epic...
Oh, wait. We got to explain the transition here. Because like we jump across over to Sonic and Knuckles partway through.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
So, what zone does it normally happen at? Because you do like the initial first few stages, and then it's at a launch base zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
At launch base zone, Eggman launches his initial plan to try to get the Death Egg out of the Angel Island, pretty much.
Doesn't work.
This fails horrendously, as Sonic not only is able to easily avoid Knuckles' punches and topple the tower that Knuckles was standing on, sending him down into the water, but he also takes out Eggman's first main machine, the very dangerous and very powerful Big Arms. Oh, yeah, that too.
No, Big Arm's not in the end Knuckles version if you're playing a Sonic.
Oh, well, yeah. Well.
Now, pray do tell, how would I play this mystical game called Sonic 3 and Knuckles? How do I play that game?
Get it on Steam.
That was a fun thing. There was this fun thing back in the days called lock-on technology.
I would show you, but again, I don't have a camera.
Where you would lock on to your enemy's head and then fire a sniper bullet right at him.
No.
That's not it? That's not what it is?
They used to have games in physical things you could hold in your hand?
They still have those.
Whoa.
They still have them.
I don't believe that. Don't be silly.
Anyway. So, after launch base, they go fast some more. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And eventually... Am I allowed to say it?
You're doing the Super Emeralds or no?
Okay, fine, I'll mention the Super Emeralds. During the second half of the game, if you go to the special stages again and do harder versions, you can get the Super Emeralds, which gives us Hypersonic, which is Sonic, but he gives people seizures. Okay.
As far as white and him moving fast causes the white fur to look rainbowish.
Yeah. But this was back when games would have flashing light.
Why are there just also extra better Chaos Emeralds?
There isn't, because they don't mention it again.
They're one use only.
Which is why I didn't feel it was that necessary.
Well, they're mentioned in Mania, like...
No, they're not.
But they're there in Hidden Palace Zone.
Yeah, but they're not... You know what, never mind, I'm doing this. So,
anyways.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So they go fast. And then they go to the Hidden Palace where they run into Knuckles for one final anime showdown. They
jumps into him like 3 times and
they have an epic battle, but Sonic manages to emerge victorious.
Yay!
When suddenly Eggman happens. Oh no.
It turns out he betrayed Knuckles.
And he yoinks the Master Emerald from the Hidden Palace and electrocutes Knuckles with 2 big tasers that came out of his thing. His Eggmobile.
Oh.
So
Angel Island is now in danger, though.
So they head through a level called Sky Sanctuary where nothing much really happens, and then get to onto the Death Egg, do some more levels, and they fight Eggman and a big robot, and they defeat the big robot.
The Death Egg is still on the island?
No, it's flying now. It's the Death Egg Mark II, though.
Yeah, it's flying now. And they fight a big robot, and then they defeat it, and then Sonic goes either super or hyper, depending on how many emeralds he got. And fights Eggman one last time, who's trying to make his escape through space with the Master Emerald.
Eggman has a seizure and falls and hits his head on a hard surface and dies.
Well, maybe not that last part, but they do defeat Eggman.
Oh, okay.
And they get the Master Emerald back, which they give to Knuckles, and the day is saved.
And Angel Island is now safely floating above the waters as it was before.
Yep.
Keep this in mind for the next title.
Okay, so we're gonna go over an unexpected one, but this is mostly just because it's gonna be important in some later games on this list. So I'm not really explaining the whole thing, just the important part.
Go ahead.
So there was a game on the Game Gear called Sonic Triple Trouble. And like I said, the plot's not really that important. What's really important is it introduces a character called Fang, who I think is called Fang the Rogue or something now.
He's
But he used to be
now.
But he used to be called Fang the Sniper because he has little pop guns.
I'll quickly confirm his new title.
Yeah.
He's no longer Fang the Sniper.
He's
Fang
like
the Hunter.
Okay, Fang the Hunter. He's like a for hire bad guy, I guess.
A mercenary.
He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's not really much to him in this game. He's just kind of the boss of the 5th level. Yeah, I just thought to mention him because he is involved in like some later stuff.
Okay,
he does
I'll
have like
keep that
other
name
names.
in my memory.
Yeah.
He does have other names like Knack the Weasel or Jet the Jaboa.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. Just
there was a bunch of like localization things here and there where like they gave him different names.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
We'll just go with Fang the Hunter.
Yeah,
let's
like just stick with Fang.
Yeah.
Just to make things easier. Anyway, so we got another one, which again, I'm not going to go over the full lore of because it's also not really important. But it, once again, introduces some characters that are important later. And unlike Fang, they will actually come back up again in this stream.
Yay!
Which is, Smetty's going to know when this is going once I say it. The very rare 32X Sonic game, Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh my goodness.
Which introduced the Chaotix, consisting of Vector the Crocodile, Espio the Chameleon, and Charmy the Bee. It also had Mighty the Armadillo in their ranks, but then they retconned him out of the group.
Yeah.
He still shows up sometimes. He's
Don't
just
worry.
not part of the group
Mighty
anymore.
definitely met Sonic earlier alongside Ray the Flying Squirrel in, what was the fucking game called?
Sega Sonic the Hedgehog on the
where
arcade.
they were all captured together and
that was like an arcade
game,
but it's not really important.
It is canon though, because
don't
worry,
not
Mighty
much happens
will
that's
return
really
later.
notable. Never even got released in English.
But Mighty will still return later though, is the main point.
I was more talking about the other three.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Because they actually will come up again in this stream.
A lot more than Mighty.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Vector. I played him in Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games.
Oh, good. Yeah, I love that guy. He was one of my favorite Sonic characters.
Yeah.
He no longer is?
Well, he still is definitely up there, but I'm not sure he's my favorite, but he's still on the top 5 at the very least.
Fair.
But anyway. So there's not much to know from this game outside of those 3. And Mighty. I mean, we get like a slightly like a powered up form of Metal Sonic for a boss fight at the end of the game.
Yeah, the main thing that we learn is that Metal Sonic seemingly can absorb energy like thingies the same way that Sonic does with the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, but it's really not that important, so we're just not really
Can he use the Chaos Emeralds?
In theory, I guess.
We don't know yet, but the main thing he uses here is the Chaos.
Probably.
He probably can.
Yeah, the Chaos Rings, but we're not going to worry about the Chaos Rings because even Sega can't really seem to decide on the war of those things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on to games that are actually notable, and we're going to get into a longer one now because we're not on 8-bit hardware. I'm in 16-bit hardware anymore.
Yay!
You'll know it. You'll love it. We're doing Sonic Adventure.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I saw the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movies at cinemas, so I think I've got this one down.
Well, that's only Sonic Adventure 2.
That's Adventure 2.
Never mind. Wait, is this the one with the pyramid?
No, that's 2. We'll get to that.
Well, no, there's an Aztec pyramid in this one.
That's not a pyramid though, because that's not in Egypt. That's a different.
Well,
Actually,
it's based on
that's a
like,
ziggurat.
the Aztec one. Yeah,
It's
Thanks.
a ziggurat, not a pyramid.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Adrian.
my bad.
There's actually a difference between ziggurats and pyramids.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I said my
look at
bad.
them, yeah.
How could you, Mehdi?
Yeah.
I'm not like...
You're a false stacked objects fan.
I didn't study this, man.
Everybody studies stacking objects. It came free with your being a child.
It came free with
I didn't
my
get that,
enrollment at Kindy because they had little blocks I put. It came
free with your
It came free with me being born because I had little blocks.
See, I got the first like civilization known to man.
I had like what they called. I had like blocks. They weren't Lego, but they're like really big fat Legos, so I couldn't eat them.
Duplo.
It was not Duplo.
Oh,
rip off
Mega
Duplo.
Block?
I have dude. I got no idea what brand it was. They probably don't exist anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Sonic Adventure. I had to write a lot of notes for this one because there's a lot to cover.
Oh god.
So we're just gonna go through it through stories because there's 6 playable characters, each with their own story,
and everyone tells the story slightly differently.
Yep. Well, I was gonna mention that, but spoilers.
I mean, it's realistic to be honest.
No, I also do know that part of it.
Yeah. Okay. So
it is realistic though. Like when people tell a story, they all say it differently typically.
So the game. So we're gonna start first with Sonic's story because he's the only one you have unlocked when you start the game. So one day Sonic was running around a place called Station Square. By the way, humans are in Sonic. Well, besides Eggman are in Sonic now. Just don't worry about it. Yeah.
But they weren't before.
Well, yeah. Besides Eggman, we had never seen another human character.
They were. We just never went to like mainland areas.
Yeah.
Now we're in like full-on city.
Yeah. So we're in a city now called Station Square, where Sonic is running around and declares that the events that are currently transpiring are most agreeable. Or something like that.
Yeah, this is happening.
That's the line. And when suddenly he sees the cops drive by,
he's like, "Oh shit, the cops!"
He's like,
"Getting a speeding fine, man.
No,
I can't use my license.
They can't catch me for drunk driving. Let's go."
I'm not driving.
I'm just running at the speed of a car.
Much faster than the speed of a car.
Well, I mean, he could probably run at the exact speed of a car if he wanted to.
Yeah, fair point.
Well, I guess that would be like him, is that him just like jogging?
But then, like, the pedestrians wouldn't make a satisfying squish.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh god.
So he follows after them to see what's going on. When suddenly he sees that they're surrounding some sort of monster that's made out of water.
Oh.
Yeah,
infinite wisdom.
They try shooting it. It doesn't work because he's made of water. And it's not a physical
They are cops. Give them some credit. They tried everything they know how to do.
That's true. Because he is not a solid entity because he is literally sentient water.
With a brain.
With a brain. That's under the water, so it can't be shot. So Sonic...
by a fast hedgehog.
Yeah, it can be hit by a fast hedgehog. So Sonic fights this beast, which is called Chaos. Which I know Eggman... Sonic doesn't learn its name yet, but when you start a boss fight, you get like a little thing where the boss's name appears on the screen, so we know it's called Chaos.
Diegetically.
Yeah. So we fight Chaos and we beat him. So Chaos runs away and escapes down a nearby drain.
Do not ask how the brain turned into water, it just did.
It can just do that. Don't worry about it too much. Well, I guess it is a brain, and they're pretty squishy, so I'm sure if you forced it hard enough, you could get it through the little cracks.
I mean, I'm assuming the brain is also just like a... It's not actually a physical brain, it was just like a thing at the time.
Yeah.
Because later on it doesn't look like one, so...
Yeah, it's just like it's membrane,
it's just
I guess.
the
I don't
weak
know.
point. It's the weak point.
Anyway, so we cut to the next day. Sonic's just kind of lounging by the pool. I guess he got a room at a hotel or something.
Uh-oh.
When suddenly he sees Tails flying by in his airplane.
See, Tails nearly avoids the second tower.
He then crashes.
Oh god, the humanity!
So Sonic goes and finds Tails, and that's not really much else to add to that. He just runs along the beach. I mean, it's a fun level. I'm glad he did that, but not much else to add from a story perspective. It's just a chance to get a fun level in there.
The law implication is that Tails doesn't have his pilot's license.
Probably not. He is 8.
Despite being able to
successfully
fly a plane 2 previous times.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a new prototype or something.
It is actually.
It is actually. That is the reason.
Aren't I a clever cookie?
You sure are. I'll send you a cookie in the mail.
Yay.
No guarantees it'll be high quality. It's just going to be like a standard cookie.
They're cookies that I'm baking, so they're going to be high quality.
I mean, by the time it gets there, if like...
I will personally hand deliver it in that case.
Oh, then that's fine. Amazing.
Look out for that. Watch out for that stream, my cooking stream. Actually, shit, that's not a bad idea. Someone write that down. Anyway, so...
I was about to DM it in the group chat.
Yeah. Job complete. Anyway. We get the Chaos Sim... So Tails talks about how he was working on a new prototype ship that's powered... what's it called? No, rocket ship. Plane that's powered by a Chaos Emerald.
Oh my god.
And
very strong. Also, congratulations on cleaning that rocket.
Thank you.
That was a very good job, yes. What are you doing in my swamp?
Get Mike Myers to play Vector the Crocodile and Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Somebody.
Play your voice.
Play. He wears an alligator costume.
Everyone else is just yeah, everyone else is. All the other characters are animated and everything.
Yeah,
but
like
just
CG.
Vector is just.
He's
Mike
in a
Myers.
costume like in Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Make him more terrifying. I know it's difficult, but I'm sure you can do it.
That is pretty terrifying.
It would be.
Yeah. So he tells him we should come to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins. I have something cool to show you. So they head there when suddenly they run into me, Eggman.
Yeah.
Now he accepts the name Eggman.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm Dr. Robotnik.
But now he says he's Dr. Eggman because
the greatest scientific genius in the world. And so they fight Eggman because he wants the Chaos Emerald. They beat Eggman, but he activates the secret claw, which yoinks the Chaos Emerald out of Tails' hand. Because he decided now would be a good time to pull it out of wherever they store stuff.
What a stupid idiot, huh?
Yeah, fucking dumbass.
500 IQ, my off.
Can't fly a plane, can't hold an emerald. What can he do?
Nothing.
Fly. Without a plane.
Okay, he can fly. Forgot about that part.
Yeah. So he calls upon Chaos, the water monster, and he gives Chaos the Chaos Emerald. Get it? And Chaos, I'm going to be saying that word a lot today, gets a little bigger, and now he has, just his right arm is bigger, so we can now make Gooner jokes.
Okay, my voice is actually disappearing, but I was attempting to wheeze hilariously.
Oh, okay.
You see, Chaos 1 is me after several months of gooning.
There we go, we got there in the end.
Just imagine Morty from that one meme where he has the one muscular arm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Chaos is more powerful now, and they leave. So Tails is like, oh shit, man, we need to get the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does, or else everything's gonna go to shit. And Sonic's like, you can't be swearing, this is a G-rated game. And he's like, oh yeah.
Oh man, Sonic.
Oh man, Sonic, we gotta get them before things turn out not so great. So,
before the events that are transpiring are no longer
agreeable.
agreeable.
So they head off and they find some Chaos Emeralds around the place. It's not really
Like in a
important.
casino?
It's just kind of they're just gonna do that. After they leave the casino, they get gassed by Eggman.
Yes, Eggman.
And I was like, damn, Friday night's on
committed a war.
I feel like a lot of his inventions would probably be like violating the Geneva Convention before that, but this is
good chance, yeah. Well,
also,
I mean, this
technically that's not the. Oh no, it is a war crime. Never mind.
yeah, doesn't this guy's chemical
I was
warfare?
gonna say.
No, yeah, it is that. Yeah, you can't use gas in war. Well, it's not war.
Oh yeah.
Aiden, where were you during 1942?
That's just a personal.
Where
you
was
know,
Eggman
if
during
you gas your
1942?
friend, that's not a war crime.
I think it's
What do
just
you mean?
a
I do that
regular
all the
crime.
time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
that's
war
just-
crime. That's just a normal crime.
A regular crime.
Those are harder. Those are harder to get away with.
Hmm. But not the point.
Yeah.
Point is that
The
Eggman has...
Eggman yoinked some of the Chaos Emeralds from them after he gasped them, because for some reason he just used knockout gas rather than like, I don't know, mustard.
Murder gas.
So
Oh, that.
He also decides to
Yeah.
leave, by the way, and not like take them out now or capture
Yeah.
them.
So they just kind of sleep it off, and then they go off to find more Chaos Emeralds. And after that, they run into Knuckles.
Oh my god!
And Knuckles is like, fight me. Because you stole the emeralds I'm looking for. So they fight, and Knuckles is all like,
Oh
Oh
no.
yeah.
and
I like how the actual like VTuber model like looked over to the right.
that's what the Discord thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
thank you. And so they, what do? They drop the
They
Chaos
fight each
Emeralds.
other, and yeah, Sonic
Which is
tells Knuckles
not
that
very
10
good.
years in the joint made you a fucking pussy.
Wrong Sega franchise. Oh shit, that would be a good lore thing actually.
And then Knuckles, in anger after hearing Sonic say that to him, punches really hard as Sonic does a spin dash, knocking the Chaos Emerald
Yeah,
into the air
the whole mess.
conveniently.
And Eggman shows up and yoinks them.
You know, I'm
And
beginning to
gives
think this
them to
Eggman guy is
Sonic.
actually pretty smart.
Yeah. And he gives them
Oh,
to
don't worry, he'll
Chaos.
become stupid later, so...
And he gives them the Chaos, who now becomes Chaos 4.
And
Is he
can
called that
swim
because he
now.
has 4 Chaos Emeralds?
Yep. And you have to
Yes.
fight him 3 goddamn times throughout this game, and his boss fight is slow and annoying, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But
He can
that's
swim now.
yeah, but let's not
Could he
focus on
not?
that.
He's made of water.
He can
No,
swim
no, no, no,
like
no. He
good.
can swim.
Like he can swim
his,
good
like,
now
big
because Chaos 4 kind of looks like has like a kind of like a shark appearance.
Oh.
Like
See,
he
now
can
he doesn't
swim
become
normally,
the water.
but now
He
he
doesn't
can
become the water.
swim really fast.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Chaos 4 is fought and defeated, and so
3 times.
Eggman and Chaos take their leave in the Egg Carrier, a big old battleship that Eggman built.
Why is Chaos like just following Eggman around and chill with this? Just because he's feeding him?
Yeah,
Actually,
Chaos
fair
is the
point.
main reason is that, yeah.
That would work for me, I think. If you just like kept
Yeah.
chucking like chili dogs at me, I would probably
Yeah.
go along with you.
Kill that. You're like,
Good
can you
to
kill
know.
that guy? And I'm like, no. I got Oreos. Alright, picks up
You know what,
shotgun.
you've changed my mind.
Right, fine, yeah.
You're
You gotta
valid
just gas
point.
people, man. That's really bad.
I got some
I got an Oreo.
Lindor. I got Lindor chocolate right here. I'll like throw a square into your mouth if you shoot that
Is
guy.
Chaos just like
Alright.
Scooby-Doo and Chaos Emeralds are just Scooby Snacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Would you do it for us as Chaos Snag? Oh boy.
Rubber Rick, man. We gotta rock that Roddick.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. Wait. Okay, everyone silence for a second. We know what must be done. Somebody once told me.
Told me the world is gonna roll me.
No, we can't sing it anymore. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get this.
No.
I'm gonna get YouTube claimed.
I'm sorry. I mean, if you're singing it, isn't it fine? Or is that actually a thing.
I'm not risking it.
All right,
It's
fair.
automated bots and stuff. It doesn't care about intent.
I'm already losing
God
money
damn it.
on this. I don't get paid. I'm just using up the internet bill. At least let it stay up.
I'll let it stay. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
So
You just trim it in like the.
yeah.
So, it's like a sudden cut.
So withhold. So it's Sonic and Tails decide to chase after Eggman in the egg area in their plane, the tornado.
Oh yeah.
They do
Which
that.
doesn't go
They
well.
fail because
Eggman
shoots
fires,
a giant laser at them.
Yeah. The prototype piss cannon.
Yeah.
That is, again, pretty sure that's against the not Geneva Convention, but the convention on like
It's against
what is it? The thing on conventional weapons. You're only allowed to use certain kinds of weapons in warfare. You're not allowed to use other kinds of weapons.
non-use serrated weapons.
Actually, now that I think about
Or
it, this is
giant laser gun
Eggman's.
weapons.
This is pretty much Pokemon Black and White 2 before Black and White 2, because that laser is actually powered by Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Now, if only I'd actually played Pokemon Black and White 2, I would know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
played Black and White, haven't played Black and White 2.
Yeah, same. I just kind of said,
Oh,
yeah, so I
yes.
would look like I know what you're talking about.
Wait, you guys. Am I the only one who's played it?
Yes,
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay, damn. You guys need to play Black and White 2. It's a fun game.
I know.
Great sequel. I'm not
I
going to
really
say
like
anything then, just because. Like,
Oh, hold on. I forgot to clean Shrek's shower.
oh, that's very important. Clean that shit.
Yeah. Literally.
Gotta get the other side, and then you gotta get the handle.
Can I just think?
The other side.
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta go
fine.
around.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can like leave around here.
There, yeah, there you go.
So, let's see.
Oh, thank you.
Someone clip that.
Wholesome
I
moments.
would, but my headphones are bad enough that I'm not convinced you wouldn't hear the stream twice.
Oh. Anyway. So, they crash land. Well, Sonic crash lands in Station Square. And it's like, oh, I gotta
on
figure
the
out
beach,
what to do,
on the
I
beach,
guess.
thankfully.
Yeah, he's still alive.
And also, all the people living in Station Square are also still alive.
Yeah, they don't really
No, the
seem to
plane
get-
landed elsewhere, don't worry.
Yeah, no one really seems to give much of a damn about what's going on in these past few days.
Yeah.
They're more obsessed with that cute guy in the burger store and my mom's crippling gambling addiction.
What?
Yeah, I didn't make that up. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I guess
Moving right
I
along.
guess we have time to worry about it. There's a kid you can talk to who mentions that his mom goes to the casino every night.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm more equipped to deal with like supervillain bad guys, not like
I'll fix the
family
gambling.
issues.
Yeah, sorry,
So,
kid.
yeah, I'm gonna go before
But I
this gets
do
more
know a guy.
uncomfortable. We do.
I do know a guy who
Does
suddenly
Sonic
has
have a
instant
therapist? What's going on
transmission.
here?
Have you guys seen those memes where like Goku just like suddenly appears? It's like, I heard your gambling addiction is strong. Let me fight it.
Yes.
That'll fix this. That kid's problem.
Yeah, he runs around Station Square and he runs into Amy. He's like, "Can you take care of this bird for me?" And Sonic's like, "No," and he runs off.
Oh.
And then
Don't worry, she finds him.
she finds him, and then they go into a place called Twinkle Park.
Where couples can enter for free.
Because I don't know, we needed something to do here. Because we designed this level, we needed to be in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Amy treats this like a date for some reason.
Yeah. Even
That's
though they
not
get
game
separated
free.
almost immediately.
I respect the grind.
Yeah. Even though they get separated like almost immediately because only Sonic gets to play the go-kart part of this level.
Oh
yeah, these go-karts are
For the other characters, that's relegated to a side, right?
Yeah, they have to choose to go karting.
But Sonic, yeah.
No,
Also,
wait,
they
say,
have
don't
go-karts
yeah.
just to make it really cool. Because like go-karts already pretty cool, but now they have a go-karts, so
Yeah. In space.
In
Are you
space.
telling me Sonic like gets into a go-kart and starts driving?
Yes.
Yes.
But he's Sonic.
Yes.
He
The
can
door
run
doesn't
faster
open
than
unless you're in a go-kart.
No, but you see, he can't use the jump pads unless he's on the go-kart.
And also the door to continue forward doesn't even open unless you're in a
Yeah.
go-kart.
He has to go-kart.
Yep. I don't know, he seemed to be able
Don't
to.
worry, he kills all the competition beforehand, though.
Yeah.
This park is probably run by
he loses
Eggman.
Amy. He runs around Speed Highway, which, despite how famous that level is, doesn't really have anything to do with anything.
He just does it. He just goes through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he did, but, you know. Not much comes
I
of
mean,
it.
he probably caused a lot of property damage, breaking a bunch of glass, but...
But yeah, so eventually he sees Amy was captured. He tries to chase up to the egg carrier through Red Mountain. Doesn't work because it's a flying vehicle and he cannot fly. But luckily it's okay because Tails shows up in a new plane. We'll get to that later. And then they chase after the egg carrier again. And this time they're successful and they land on it.
Yep.
Okay, they crash on it, but they're on. So that's the point.
Because the plane does not have a landing gear.
Yeah, when it's in combat mode, it doesn't have landing gear.
From.
But
Once again, in Tails' infinite wisdom, he did not add a landing gear to his plane.
When in combat mode.
When in combat mode.
When it's in combat mode, it turns into like an X-Wing.
Yeah.
Would you not turn it out of combat mode?
You forgot.
No.
Oh.
He also did not add a revert button, that too.
Oh. So anyway, they land on the ship, and they go through the sky deck to get to Eggman, where they fight Chaos again. Oh no, sorry, no, wait, hold on. 2 steps back. They don't fight Chaos yet. First, they fight an Eggman robot called Gamma, but Amy is like, no, he's good, don't hurt him. And Sonic's like, alright. And then they fight. Well, Tails, Gamma, and Amy leave because the ship is crashing for some reason. I'm not really sure why that happened.
Because they destroyed the sky deck.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
And Knuckles is doing something.
Oh yeah, Knuckles is here too.
He's doing something that
he's doing his own thing. Don't worry about that right now.
But we don't know that until we listen to his story later.
Yeah.
We'll know why the plane is also crashing because of what he's doing.
Yeah, we'll learn about that in a little bit. So, he fights Chaos 6, which is Chaos with 6 emeralds. And he also runs he runs into a big purple cat.
I wonder what this large purple cat is named.
Who knows?
He's called Huge.
Ah, good to know.
It's called Giant.
Oh, okay. That might be like a North American, Japanese, like different.
Oh, yeah.
He's wide as a cat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he fights Chaos 6 and wins.
Yeah, the cat keeps yelling about some frog or something. That...
Yeah, no one really cares.
We'll get to it later.
Sonic falls off the egg carrier again for another crash landing, this time in the Mystic Ruins.
Again, safely in the dirt.
Specifically in the Mystic Ruin jungle, where there's a big old temple in the middle, and it suddenly opens.
God knows why.
And Sonic's like, that's weird. And heads on through, and he sees some crazy carvings of what looks like a really big, powerful version of Chaos, and some sort of glowing, smaller creature fighting him.
It looks like a yellow thing.
Yeah. When suddenly, I forgot to mention this, but
we got the Angel Island one, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't mention this, but there's been this ball of light that's been showing up throughout the game. That mostly just gives you tutorials and tells you where to go sometimes. Yeah, that thing shows up and like kind of jingles around, and now Sonic's in the past.
Just add another thing. This isn't the first mural we've seen with like a little golden guy depicted in it.
Oh yeah,
we
one
missed the one on
Sonic
Angel
3.
Island in the Hidden Palace zone where
when you're fighting Knuckles. Yeah, that one foreshadows the final boss of Sonic 3.
Yeah, it depicts like Super Sonic fighting a weird mustached guy.
Yeah.
I wonder who.
Over a big gem.
Well, It doesn't depict Supersonic, it just depicts a golden hedgehog, so...
Yeah.
A golden spiked ball.
Yep. So...
Anyways.
He's in the past now. Wait, hold on. I wrote down what exactly we see. Okay. We see a bunch of stuff on fire and some dead Chow. And the Echidna girl.
Chow appearing, by the way.
Damn, I wonder what composite entity Chow construct.
Who knows?
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I don't
back to the present, we see Eggman fly by, and Sonic's like, "Oh yeah, I should probably deal with him." And so he follows him to his little base in the Mystic Ruins, which is called the Egg Carrier, but essentially the Egg Carrier launch site.
Cool.
They head in. He heads into a level called Final Egg. Runs into Eggman one last time, where he fights him in his robot called the Egg Viper. He beats him, and the day
He gets a load of this.
He gets a load of this.
Get a load of this in.
And then the day is saved. And that's the end of Sonic's story. I promise the rest aren't as long. Sonic just has the longest story.
And then Sonic decides to go fuck off and do something else in the meantime.
Yeah, he just kind of does his thing.
What happens with the whole chaos thing?
We'll get back to that. That's what I'm saying now.
It is time.
Sonic decides to go and take a nap elsewhere.
It is time to pause this. I gotta pee real quick. You two, entertain chat.
I'll be back. I'll be back as well. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Wait, sorry.
Good luck.
But did you say likewise?
I also need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Aiden, entertain chat.
Good luck.
You got this, bud.
Okay, so to summarize, once upon a time there was a blue hedgehog, and there was also a man shaped like an egg who steals emeralds and kidnaps people. The end. How are you going, chat? I actually have no way of seeing chat, so the best I've got is going to Twitch and watching this stream on Costa Rica 123, twitch.tv/Costa Rica 123. Here's a shout out. It's good content. I'll just be chilling here, not peeing. Nice weather we're having. You watched the game last night? Oh man, working hard or hardly working? No, that's it. I got nothing. I'm letting your phone down. I'm sorry. I got nothing.
I'm back.
Do you know of a word? Hello, Maddie.
Hi.
I've been entertaining chat very proficiently, I do believe, especially given that I pulled up the stream so I could see chat, and I think chat consists entirely of me.
Okay.
So, you want to hear a fun bit of lore? Not Sonic lore, real life lore.
Okay. No, go ahead. I'm interested.
You ever heard of the word travesty? You know, like, oh, it's such a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
You ever wonder where that word comes from?
Where?
Well, travesty nowadays just means something that's terrible, right? Oh, it's a travesty. It's something that's really bad. Yeah. That's not what travesty originally meant.
It originally was used to describe the horse ridden by a man named Travis. It's travestied.
That's good, but that's actually not quite it. It's even actually better than that, believe it or not.
Really?
Travesty originally meant something which was like a fail, like like ironic failing. The exact opposite of what it should be. A travesty of justice is when a judge like sentences someone and it's not justice. Or like this meal was a travesty would mean like it was not like delicious or whatever, not what was expected of it. It's the opposite. And this comes from an Italian word, travesti, which comes from a Latin phrase, transvesti. Now, transvesti, I'm not sure if you can decipher it, but trans meaning on the opposite side of, opposed to, or switching, and vesti meaning clothing. Yes, the word travesty comes from the Latin transvesti, meaning...
How you pronounce that? I'm not sure we're allowed to open a version of that word on Twitch.
Yes, no, I'm only speaking Latin right now.
He is speaking Latin.
The word transvesti, which means to dress in the opposite clothing of.
It's in a similar. It's in like a similar category to when you pronounce the Terminator actor's last name. It's like you got to pronounce that shit good.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the idea is that it's because it is one thing dressing up as another, which is really funny to me that that word and another word come from the same place and mean nothing at all alike.
Yeah, that's
fun facts with Aiden.
I'll make a graphic for that next time.
Yeah.
Or at least get like the little thing where it's like the more you know.
Yeah.
I entertain chat very well. I had no way of reading chat, so I just pulled up the stream. Upon doing so, I learned that chat consisted entirely of me.
And
so I entertain myself
see because well. I have my like thing set up to delete that guy's comment.
Yeah.
It's just a button. Don't worry about it.
Now, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I must admit I do need to use the facilities myself.
Okay, go for it.
That's not a joke. I do actually need to go.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll try and think of a fun fact. Okay, I got a thing. What's an interesting fact I haven't shared on stream?
Surprise me. What have you got?
I'm thinking.
Show me what you got. Sorry, it felt too fitting to say.
It was. I'm still thinking.
I don't really have any fun facts either, so. So, is there no fun fact, or?
I'm still working on it. Did you know that in the intro for Sonic Adventure, behind, I believe it's Amy in the intro, you can see the beta version of Windy Valley.
Oh, good to know. That is a fun fact.
There we go, that's fun. What else? Do I have this interesting?
I'm trying to think of something myself now.
Did you know that most of the voices in the game Conker's Bad Fur Day were done by the director Chris Theodore?
I did not.
It's true.
There we go. Another fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you know that Magic the Gathering is going to have a Final Fantasy collaboration?
I didn't.
Yeah, it's happening.
Did you know that there was a cut scene from Conker's where there would have been a reference to Pikachu?
No, I did not. I want to know like what it would be.
The model for Pikachu's tail still exists in the game's files.
Okay. Well.
Just his tail there. But there was just like supposed to be a joke about it with one of the characters like being like, "Go away, you stupid rat."
Isn't it resembling?
Yeah, Nintendo was like, "No, you're not allowed to do that."
Not surprising.
Did you know that there's a music track that was cut from Pokemon Snap called Fantastic Horror, which implied there may have been a ghost-themed level in Pokemon Snap?
Okay.
They probably didn't bother doing a ghost level though, because there's only 3 ghost Pokemon.
I was going to say, that would have been very boring.
Yeah. I realized I never finished New Pokemon Snap on the Switch. I should do that.
You see, that one could actually, it probably does have a ghost.
Yeah.
It would actually be really fun.
Yeah, that would work, because we have a lot of ghost Pokemons now. You want to sound kind of funny?
Yeah.
One time, my nan forgot the name of Jigglypuff. So she called it Jigglepuff.
Okay.
It's Jigglepuff. It evolves into Wigglytuff. And its pre-evolved form is Igglebuff.
It is buff, right?
Yeah, I think so. Fun fact, did you know that Poliwag and Poliwhirl. Wait, no, wrong Pokemon. Did you know Azurill and Marill have different, like, gender ratios? So there's a chance when your Azurill evolves, its gender will change.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Hello. I mean, it could be that there's a chance its gender will change, or it could be that like only 50% of like male Azurill who evolve survive, and like 50% of them die horribly.
Sure. Well, a bit too late, I guess.
That would skew the ratio as well.
Well, I meant when it evolves while it's in your party, like the one you have.
You're right. Nothing ever happens to your Pokemon. Your Pokemon are always in the tip-top shape of health. There's no Pokemon flu. Sorry. Right. Back to it.
Yeah. So, Tails' story. So, it's gonna speed ahead a little bit because a lot of it's kind of the same as Sonic's, but I do want to note when you meet Eggman in the Mystic Ruins as Tails, his like voice is more intimidating.
Yeah, because Tails is a lot more scared of
So that's pretty cool.
That's cool, actually. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, mostly just kind of plays out the same as how Sonic story goes up until they crash while tracing the egg carrier for the first time. So Tails lands in the Mystic Ruins and has a flashback to meeting Sonic. It's like a whole thing. He has like his own little character arc in this game. You know, about being more confident and shit. Yeah. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, so he decides if they're gonna go after the egg carrier, he needs to get his better plane working. And to do that, he needs a Chaos Emerald. And luckily, he finds one. Hooray!
It's not inside Froggy. Froggy just
Unfortunately, a frog shows up and eats it. Oh. So, Tails goes sandboarding and gets Froggy and gets the Chaos Emerald. He then has his own flashback where he runs into an echidna girl who's talking about a whole prophecy involving 7 emeralds and another one that unites the emeralds and all that good stuff.
This is another little light bulb flashback.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is different to the flashback he had earlier.
Yeah, because this time it's Tails, not Sonic.
No. I mean, like, how he had the flashback to the.
Well, it's always little light bulbs. It's just like when.
No, but like when he meets.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a flashback, more like they just teleported Tails back in time for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he goes back to the past.
So. Yeah, that happened. He runs into Big the Cat, who chases off the Froggy, but it's alright because Tails got to keep the Chaos Emerald, so it's all good, I guess.
But yeah, when Eggman does it, it's a bad thing?
No. Tails isn't powering Chaos, he's just putting in his plane.
But wasn't Eggman's plane powered by a Chaos Emerald as well?
No, it's powered by Chaos itself.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Eggman's egg carrier is powered by its engine, I guess.
And the laser is powered by the entity known as Chaos.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah.
When did they say that?
He mentions it like during the final fight that like he may have lost like the power of Chaos to charge the laser, but he was able to make something just as powerful. So.
Okay, I guess. So
how you use the power of the water date, I don't know, but
don't worry about it too much. So yeah, Tails gets the new plane working. We repeat more of Sonic stuff, but from Tails' perspective for a bit more. Until they escape the crashing egg carrier. Where what's it called? Tails lands in Station Square and is like, I wonder what happened to Sonic. When suddenly Eggman appears while Sonic was up running around an ancient temple. Where Eggman decides Chaos didn't work, I guess I'll just nuke the city.
For no good reason?
Yes.
Yeah, just be a dick, I guess.
He just wanted to do it.
So he fires a ballistic missile at the city that he just had, I guess. But it's a busted up one, so it doesn't work.
They're just lucky? They're genuinely just lucky?
Yeah, it didn't work. It was broken.
Crashed into a building and
it didn't work.
We could have seen like thousands of people die in a Sonic game, and the reason we didn't is they got lucky.
Yeah, Eggman. Yep. It's that Eggman can't build a good missile, apparently.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go reactivate it, and Tails is like, oh, that's not good. So he follows after, and he reaches it first and disables the missile. And so Eggman's real mad now. So they fight.
Eggman's plan was to like reactivate it and blow himself up, or like activate a timer.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming he's gonna activate some sort of timer, but I guess we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he just really didn't think this through.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I got it. Uh-oh. Ends up like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. Anyway,
But
Tails
yes,
fights Eggman and wins, and everything's cool, and he saved the day.
Oh, and he gets a Chaos Emerald for it.
Well, I guess it doesn't happen until later because the final story of Sonic Adventure happens where it's somewhere else. Because currently the Yellow Emerald's with Knuckles. But
I think he gets it after the events of Adventure 1.
Yeah, it would have to be after
City,
because
but-
there's stations where people don't have the Yellow Emerald, but that's not important yet.
If we're going to get into like the nitty-gritty of Emerald colors, it's going to be like a whole thing.
Anyway, we're moving on to Knuckles' story. So one day Knuckles was chilling in front of the Moss Emerald, as he does, when suddenly it breaks.
Oh no!
Why?
Well, because of Eggman. And out pops Chaos.
Yeah,
The
Eggman used
Water
the
Man.
power of brick to break the Master Emerald.
I mean, it might have been. I guess we don't know. I mean, if he dropped the... I mean, maybe if you drop it from high enough, the brick would reach terminal velocity and smash it.
I mean, yeah.
I guess we don't know how sturdy a Chaos Emerald is.
Well, we know it's not like extremely sturdy from like later events that will occur.
Yeah. So they... What do? So
The shards
Knuckles is
go
like,
off flying
well, this
everywhere.
sucks. It's all broken now. I gotta go find him. So Knuckles...
Oh, isn't Chaos there too? Like, just
yeah, he's there. They have like a
menacingly?
quick duel. It's a whole thing. It's not really that important. And...
So the Master Emerald contains chaos.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now.
Yeah. Well, now it
Well,
doesn't because it's
Used
broken.
to contain chaos.
It used
Yeah.
to.
So Knuckles has to go get the pieces back. He runs around for a while and gets the pieces back. And then eventually he sees
Sonic
Eggman... actually, no, sorry. Before that, Knuckles has a flashback. Where he sees that girl again, the Echidna girl, talking to her father about not killing people all the time. Because that's bad.
And her father is like, no.
And he's like, no,
I'm gonna do it
people
anyways.
is epic.
I love killing people.
So, yeah, that happened.
Daughter. I am an alpha gamer.
So, back in the present, he sees Eggman with something shiny and flies after. It's not a piece of the Master Emerald though. It's just a normal Chaos Emerald. So then Knuckles fights Chaos 2, which gives him 2 big arms, so he can't make Guna jokes anymore.
No, so he learned to double goon.
No, that's not how that works, Maddie. Don't be ridiculous. So, they fight Chaos 2 and wins the whole thing. And then Eggman's like, you know who does have Master Emerald shards? Sonic. And so Knuckles is like, excuse me? And
Knuckles falls for it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, he's the third part of like the neurodivergent trio. He's like mentally disabled. He can't help it.
Yeah. He doesn't think about things that people tell him for more
he's
than 1
doing
second.
his best.
See, Eggman does a good gaslighting here.
Yeah, he's very suggestible, as they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he goes and fights Sonic. That's why he's fighting him in the main
discussed.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that happens.
Sonic.
And then he's
Yeah,
like,
well,
I need to
Sonic
find
tells
more
Knuckles.
emeralds. So he goes and finds more emeralds. And he finds out the last 3 shards are on the egg carrier. So he follows an Eggman robot to where the egg carrier is and kind of hops aboard. So he goes into the sky deck and we learn more about why it's crashing because he found the steering lever and just kind of like jiggled that around a lot.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But he has all the emerald shards now. And then he has another flashback because Knuckles gets 2.
Oh no.
What does he see? He sees that girl asking some sort of thing at the Emerald Shrine to leave because her father is going to attack it.
And
But
he's
like,
viewers...
we can't. So yeah.
God. Yeah, all we see is the water seems to have ripple effects in response.
Yeah.
To the Echidna girl.
Yeah.
What could this mean?
Who knows? So eventually, we go back. and Knuckles is about to head off when Chaos 6 happens, and Knuckles fights Chaos 6 as well, because he needed a final boss.
Yeah. There's a purple cat there too or something.
No, he's not there. Knuckles' story.
Oh no, he isn't. I forgot. Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Chaos
Knuckles heads back to the Angel Island, and the Monster Emerald was fixed. Oh yeah, also because it was shattered, the Angel Island fell into the ocean again.
Yeah.
If I had a penny.
I had a nickel. Every time I had 2 nickels. Anyway, so that ends Knuckles' story.
Who's next?
Next up, we have Amy. Luckily, this one's not too long. So one day, Amy is just kind of wandering around. She just went grocery shopping. And was like, shit, this is boring. When suddenly, a bird flies into her face. And she's like, what the heck is going on here?
What was that?
When suddenly, a big robot shows up. And she's like, oh dear. And so she hides.
This thing is a bird, not a flicky, despite, looking like a flicky.
Yeah. And so she hides in the burger store. Also, I was looking at my notes. I forgot to mention during Tails' story, there's like a line where Eggman says he's gonna make mincemeat out of Tails. And the voice actor did a really good job of that line. That was genuinely intimidating.
He sort of threatens to kill an 8-year-old, but
yeah, that was crazy. Not much else to add. I just wanted to point that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and this bird, by the way, has a Chaos Emerald around its neck.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet. It just looks like a normal pendant.
I forgot. I mean, a pretty big pendant.
Yeah. So we kind of get a repeat of like Sonic's story, but when he ran into Amy that one time. And then Amy gets captured and is on the carrier. But while he's on there, she has a run-in with that robot, Gamma. And after the bird looks at him funny, he decides to let Amy go.
They have a bit of a discussion as well prior to this, where the robot demands for the bird, but doesn't understand why Amy is protecting it.
Yeah, the whole thing. So after that, Amy makes her escape through the hot shelter. By the way, I should mention, in all levels, she's being pursued by a big green robot called Zero.
But not the Mega Man one.
Not the Mega Man one.
A different Zero.
Yeah.
And a different Omega.
I don't think.
No, not yet. Omega's later.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit later. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Don't blow your load so quick, man.
Back to the hot shelter.
So, yeah, they go through that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a level in the game.
It's a hot shelter.
Dude, I'm really sure I know what that is, but it's not really important.
It's a shelter and it's hot. That's it.
Well, that clears up everything, doesn't it?
That's all there is to it.
So, what do they do? So, yeah, they escape through the hot shelter. Things just kind of goes on some of the other characters' stories. And now she's back in Station Square. And they're like, oh, I guess we gotta keep looking for your bird friends. Maybe they're at the egg carrier's launch site. So they look around there. They're not there. That was a waste of time.
Damn.
So
he's gonna go to the crash site.
So they head to the egg carrier crash site to see what's going on. When they find the bird's family, and then Zero punches the bird in the face.
No, she kills Zero first, doesn't she? And then
no. Zero shows up first and punches the bird in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And so Amy gets mad and destroys Zero.
Just smashes it?
Yeah, because now we have access to Zero's weakness. Electric fences.
Brian.
And also a giant hammer.
Brian.
That too.
And a convenient button to hit on his head.
Yeah. So, yeah, we beat
Everyone's got a button on their head where if you hit it with a hammer, they'll die.
It's called your skull. The back of the head.
I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing to do.
So yeah, he defeats the robot, and don't worry, the bird's alright. They reunite with their family, and all is good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
I'm worried about.
Alright, I'm gonna read this next one exactly how I wrote it in my notes. Big the Cat story. One day,
the most important
Big the Cat had a pet frog. One day, the pet frog eats part of Chaos and is possessed by him and runs away with Big Chaos Emerald. Big.
Why does Big have a Chaos Emerald?
Found it.
He just picked it up.
Big chases the frog through the park. Big chases the frog through Ice Cap Zone. Big chases the frog through the beach. Big has a flashback of the call investigating the altar and figures out that's what the prophecy thing she was talking about earlier refers to, the Master Emerald altar with all the emeralds there. Big chases Froggy through the egg carrier. Big chases Froggy through Chaos 6.
Wait, don't say it. Let me guess. What happens next? I don't have a place, but does Big chase Froggy?
No, he finally caught him.
Yeah, after fishing him out of Chaos 6. Yes, that's literally what he does.
His plane. The end.
And is somehow
really quick,
able
I just
to successfully...
like this. I chose this SpongeBob level because you have to clean the invisible boatmobile.
That's hilarious.
And
okay. Yeah, I guess.
That's actually really good.
That's actually really good. But yeah, somehow he's able to successfully fly the plane and land it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it took off, considering it doesn't have the little wheels at the front, so you think it wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
Oh, you see, clearly Big is far more intelligent than Tails.
He also can't even fit into the driver's seat.
You see Big uses a trademark transformation ability where he can transform his physical body into any...
No, if you look at his model during the cutscene, he's just sitting on top of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but...
It's pretty funny. But yeah, so that's Big the Cat story.
Yep.
Sorry, this is still so amazing to me, the invisible boatmobile.
Really not much else to add. Anyway, on to the new character people actually liked in this game. E102 Gamma.
Yay.
It starts with his birth, which we can show because he's a robot and not a baby. So we didn't just get one of those videos of the baby being born.
Yeah, his birth is done by seeing Eggman's beautiful face.
Yeah, up close.
Right up.
Pretty crazy. So yeah, Gamma is a robot. He is an Eggman robot.
But he's a special
After doing
robot.
some training, he makes him fight his brother to see who's the better robot.
And who will go on the egg carrier.
Yeah. Gamma wins, but Eggman's alright, you can stick around, I guess.
If I had a penny for each time a creator forced two robotic beings to fight each other to see who was best, and then showed favoritism to his robotic creations based on the outcome of that battle, I'd have a couple of pennies.
I feel like that's
I'd have at least three.
Probably a lot out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of common, narrative device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the carrier takes off, and there's a bunch of other E-series robots, as they're called. And luckily for us, they match the color of the Ninja Turtles. Someone draw that fan art.
And we're now on a game show.
Yeah, it has game show music. I don't really know what that's about.
Huh.
Anyway, so Eggman's there's this frog here which ate part of Chaos, specifically his tail. Go find this frog so we can fix Chaos.
And instead of doing that,
which, by the way, that implies that Chaos always has a tail, but he only has a tail when he's Chaos 6.
After eating Gamma, not after eating Froggy, by the way.
But I don't
specifically.
Really know what that's about because Chaos Theory never has a tail.
Yeah.
Although, weirdly enough, I think about it, Chaos 4 has a tail, so I
He
don't know what
does.
that's about.
4 has a tail, but then...
But that's before he ate
6
Froggy, so
doesn't.
I guess my life is a lie.
Yeah. Anyways, main point is, Gamma goes to Emerald Coast, finds Froggy
Yeah.
before
And
Big does.
that's pretty cool, I guess. Actually, in Gamma's story, we never even see Big.
Oh, no,
Like in
just
Big's
like
version of
saying,
events, he steals Froggy out from his, like,
like
literally
right
from his
from his
hands.
face. Yeah.
Like, yoinks it out of his hand. But not this. But in this case, Gamma.
I mean, it implies that Gamma, like,
remember him.
Yeah, Gamma, like, it just deemed Big an inferior life form and not,
Just
like,
erased him
worthy
from
of...
his memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right after he gets the Froggy, that's when he gets his flashback. I guess we're gonna get it out of the way now. To call. What is Cole doing? Oh no.
She's talking to the...
Just talking to the
Chow.
Chows. Really?
And talking about how, like, life is beautiful and whatnot, and Gamma's
yeah,
like...
all that cool stuff. And Gamma's
I don't
just,
get
like,
it.
does not compute.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're back on the egg carrier now. And Eggman's like, oh, damn, seems like Gamma's the only one of you guys that's actually useful.
Oh, just a minute.
The rest of you,
I'll
get the
be
fuck out of
back
here. Get the
really
fuck away
quick.
from me. And, yeah. So, Gamma's given his next task. He has to go get the bird from Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's about to do that. But he accidentally goes into the wrong room. And he sees his brother being disassembled.
Which, I mean, is effectively the most messed up thing a robot could see. It's like watching...
From a perspective, that's messed up.
I mean, it's like literally walking into a room and seeing someone being cut apart and slaughtered, but like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is as graphic as we'll get.
Yep. So he has a conversation with Amy. We already saw this. And he turns, like, good now. So that's good.
Yeah, then he fights...
I was thinking, where's my power? It's not very good. It's because it...
You're using the wrong nozzle.
For some reason. No, I changed it back to one of the older ones. I was like, I swear I could use all my stuff for this. I mean, how am I supposed to clean the DeLorean?
Because they brought you back to the past.
So basically, Gamma's like kind of good now, I guess.
He still fights Sonic.
But... Yeah, he still fights Sonic because he's still a little not sure what to do, but Amy defends him, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And he leaves the carrier, and he decides that he's got to save his friends.
And he changes his own programming.
He deletes Eggman from his programming, because he's sentient now, I guess. And I'm assuming by save it's like getting the little robots out of him, but...
Yeah, they're getting the flickies out.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming it is, but some people think maybe it's like a freeing them from Eggman's influence kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it could be that, but it's not really important. The point is he's going to track down the rest of the E-Series robots and blow them up.
And, yeah.
So he does that. And then he has to go back to the egg carrier because that's where one of them is.
2 of them.
Yeah. Well, he's only able to detect one of them, which is the purple one. What are the names again?
So it's...
I know there's
Beta, Gamma, Epsilon, Delta, and Theta.
And Zeta, okay. As a kid, I didn't know those were Greek letters, so I was like, Zeta, that's just beta with a Z. They were running out of ideas.
It's Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon,
So now,
Zeta.
instead of saying Sega ran out of ideas, I'm saying the Greek ran out of ideas.
Technically, the pronunciation is different in Greek, but...
Yes. And it changes. It's changed over the history of Greek as a language.
Yeah. So...
See, the Greek don't say alpha, they actually say iPha, but...
Yeah. And then after that, it's just like, where could Beta be? Then Beta flies by.
But like during his
but
like
it's different
thinking
now.
of...
He's like bigger and he can fly, and he's now Beta Mach 2.
The other big thing is that while he's thinking about the remaining targets, he also counts himself amongst them.
He does.
To be freed or to be...
To be freed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he goes to fight Beta, and after an epic boss battle with even more epicer music, Gamma wins.
Surprisingly, yeah. The music goes hard for this one boss
Yeah,
fight.
it's crazy. It's one of the few boss fights that just gets their own battle theme, like it's never used again.
Speaking of crazy, the track is called Crazy Robo.
That makes sense. So after an epic fight, Gamma comes out victorious, but oh no! Right as he like approaches Beta, Beta gets one more shot in, and he shoots Gamma point blank with these big old laser guns.
Oh shit.
It's fine. Gamma is limping away perfectly okay.
And then he's not perfectly okay because he also dies.
Not yet. First he sees like the...
Yeah, first Beta dies and a little bird comes out. And then Gamma also dies and another little bird comes out. That's where the little bird's family was from Amy's story.
When Gamma initially sees the bird that was in Beta, he initially ignores it and walks away. It's only a little bit after that he realizes that that bird is the father... Oh, wait. I'm not sure if it's the father.
We don't really know their relationship, but he's the yellow one.
Is the partner to the one that's in Gamma.
Yeah, Gamma has the pink one in there. Oh, yeah, Amy's one was blue.
And at that moment, Gamma self-destructs.
Yeah, and
a really sad track plays.
Yeah, and thus ends Gamma's story. And even though it didn't have much to do with the main story, we all loved it anyway.
And it's one of the most memorable stories to this day.
Yeah, it's pretty epic, all things considered. So, yeah, they do that. And so, yeah, that was Gamma's story.
And now we move on
to the final story, also known as Super Sonic's story, who's represented by a question mark, even though you probably would have seen him if he played Sonic 3.
I was going to say, or 2.
Yep. So, basically,
I guess like this design was a little different.
Knuckles has gone back to Angel Island, and he took the 6 Chaos Emeralds that were in Chaos with him. And for some reason, Angel Island's not... Actually, wait, no, hold on, sorry. I'm just going to pause this real quick. I just want to show you something cool. By your timers, guys.
He's going to go 88 miles an hour. Is he going to...
I should put this out. But the fires actually go out.
That's actually kind of cool.
I didn't know that.
That is neat.
Hold on 1 second. So anyway, and Angel Island's inside the fleet again, and he's like, "Oh, that's weird. Maybe I should go see what's that about." When suddenly, chaos.
Oh yeah.
He knocks out Knuckles and yoinks the Chaos Emeralds. He also knocked out Eggman at some point, just to be a jerk, I guess.
Yeah.
So Sonic and Tails go to investigate when Sonic has another flashback to the past where he sees Tikal being attacked. Oh, by the way, there's the car.
Oh, nice.
It comes back if you wait a minute. You know, like in the movie.
Back.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
because they disappears over the span of a minute.
Back where?
I guess from the past, technically, because that was a minute ago.
Back. Well, I guess where was it going to? Could you say?
Well, it wasn't going back to the future because it had never gone to the future.
Well, I mean,
the movie's called Back to the Future because Marty went to the past and now he's trying to get back to his timeline, which is the future.
Yeah.
From where he is, because he's currently in 1957, which is the past, in comparison to 1987.
Which is the future.
Yeah, which would be the future from the perspective of someone in 1957.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Sonic has a flashback where he sees the ancient echidnas, who, by the way, they're called the Knuckles Clan.
That is the official name.
Yeah, they don't chuckle.
No, don't chuckle at all.
Later
Murder all
iterations
the
might
little
call
Chow.
them the Echidna tribe, but...
So, yeah, that's sad. So yeah, they murder all the little Chow, and that's
there's also
bad. And so the thing in the water was revealed to be Chaos. And then Sonic goes back to the present.
Mad.
Yeah, things kind of go shit.
And he killed all the echidnas.
Yep.
Except for one.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And that echidna was Knuckles.
Yep. Well, I guess it wasn't like Knuckles specifically. It would have been like a descendant of Knuckles because this was like hundreds of years ago, and Knuckles was only 16.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. So,
Look, how was Pachacamac both alive here? Oh, I guess he probably didn't die then. He probably would have, like, passed on the story, though.
When it wasn't Pachacamac dead?
Well, I mean, Pachacamac, isn't he, like, directly related to Knuckles? Like,
I don't think so.
Well, he's alive in some of the later games.
Yeah? I don't think so.
Isn't he?
No.
No, wait, Chronicles isn't canon, I forgot.
Also, that's not Pachacamac.
It's implied that he is.
They literally say he's not.
They do? Oh, fuck. I always thought it was Pachacamac. They look so similar.
Well, we'll get back to that. I know it's not canon, I just couldn't leave it out. It's too entertaining.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to leave it out.
Nope. But anyway,
okay.
So we go back to the present.
Canon? I thought it was not canon.
It's not canon. I just wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
So yeah, we head back to the. Oh shit! They got soft drinks here. Neat.
Yeah, it's the seventh heaven. This is Tifa's bar.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, go to the pinball machine.
All right.
Try to interact with it.
You can't. I know what it does, but you can't do that in this game.
Aww.
Let's just go clean Barrett's arm.
Final Fantasy. Hey, that's interesting. Did you know that in a world classic card game, Magic the Gathering,
I actually brought this up recently.
Yeah, that's same idea.
Yeah.
While you were gone.
Yeah.
I did see that they're doing like a whole Final Fantasy collab, which I'm hyped for.
A whole Final Fantasy set, yeah.
Yeah, for like every series, not just 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Thank God. Can you tell I hate 7?
Hate? Wait, we're getting off track. Never mind.
Yeah, we can't be saying that. Otherwise, people are gonna get distracted from the Sonic.
Okay, I should just I'll leave it at this. I don't hate the game 7. I hate its legacy and how it's just
save it for your reviews.
Yeah. Anyways, back to giant
boss Sonic
problems.
So yeah, they're like, oh shit, Chaos has got 6 emeralds. If he gets the last one, then things are really gonna hit the fan.
I really hope he doesn't get that last one though.
He gets the last one.
No!
Oh no!
And he turns into perfect Chaos and floods Station Square. Perfect Chaos is like a really big form of him, where he's like a big lizard coming out of like a giant flood throughout the city.
So he floods the city.
With big old water tentacles and stuff. Just like we saw in the intro of the game. Which we didn't see because we're not actually playing the game.
Mm.
But if we were, we would.
Yep.
Yeah, you would see it. Anyways, the Chaos Emeralds are drained of their energy.
Except they're not. It's only the negative energy.
Because
and
Chaos
Sonic
is
uses
bad.
the positive energy to go super. And so
before that, we learned from Tikal that like the tribe had sealed the Chaos.
Oh yeah, she was the one who sealed Chaos into the Master Emerald because he was mad because they killed all the Chow.
Sonic Sonic mentions that if they just do that again, it won't do anything. Chaos will still be mad.
Yeah, so he goes super and they fight, and Chaos turns nice again after seeing some little Chow in the present day. And so
like, wow,
Chaos and Tikal go back to the past to just kind of live out their days, I guess.
Oh, and they just go back to being dead.
Yeah. Well, there's like a screenshot after the credits.
Oh, that they're alive, but like in
the past.
Oh god, yeah. That implies that like that's probably like an afterlife for them. Oh god.
let's not worry about it too much. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering how Takal's here, she like sealed a spirit or whatever in the last room as well with chaos. Yeah. We see like the little ball that little ball of light thing that gives you hints and
It was
shit.
her.
That's her. Yeah.
It was her all
It was
along.
her.
I mean, if you hit the
Yeah, you'll
ball
probably
for like a hint,
you might figure it out because Takal and the little glowing ball have the same voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, oh, there we go.
Yeah. On to Sonic Adventure 2.
Now, our story with this one begins 50 years ago.
Well, I was gonna get to that.
Okay, never mind.
I was going over it in like the game side, so hero and then dark.
It's starting hero side? Okay.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
In the beginning.
Hold on, let me change my avatar. I got a good one for this. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, we got multiple out. You got multiple out. Nice.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm sitting around, I just make more.
That's one of my favorite memes now. In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah, let's go.
Your tits are like one polygon.
Okay.
Oh,
So, Sonic Adventure 2. So, it's kind of going to jump between characters because there's only 2 stories, but each story contains 3 characters.
Heroes and villains.
Yeah, we got the hero story and the dark story. So we're going to start with the hero story. One day, Sonic was on a helicopter because he just got arrested.
What for? We'll find out later.
And Sonic is like, "Hey, Cap, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better." And he jumps out of the helicopter. Sonic then proceeds to escape from the city. When suddenly he has a confrontation with a black and red hedgehog named Shadow. Gasp.
Who's that?
This
Shadow, he just said that.
Character B.
Yeah.
And he can teleport using the power of the Chaos Emerald.
Something no one has ever done before.
Up to this point, I don't think they have.
No one has done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Sonic.
I mean,
Has no one?
I don't think they have.
Yes. But that was a meme. That's probably an old one.
Are you sure? I don't think that's ever happened.
You've never heard that meme? That no one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
Oh,
I feel
no,
old now.
Yeah, I didn't know that meme. I never played Dota.
Okay, no, that's fine.
How can you feel old? We're literally the same age. You're only like a week older than me.
Old.
You're not even the oldest one in this call.
That title would belong to Costa's chair.
Well, I guess actually it was my uncle's chair, so...
Okay, you're not fair.
So yeah, I guess it is.
It might actually be older than me.
Good chance. There's a big old hole in it.
Why do you sound sad?
Yeah. Well, you guys want to see me?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Hold on, I can show you guys my chair real quick. This is my chair. What?
Well, I remember that chair, the little yellow one, yeah.
Well, I still own the actual physical chair and I use it. I just drew a picture of it to put in my thing.
Yeah.
That's my chair. That is the Costa Rica chair.
Yeah, there's important lore. Pay attention, viewers.
I sit on
if you want to see that chair in real life, just go to the following address.
I sit on it in space. Anyway.
Sorry.
Back to the story.
Back to Sonic.
Yo, listen up.
This is a story about a guy who's blue.
Yes, that is correct. That is a correct assessment.
He is.
He is indeed blue.
So yeah, that happens. He has illuminated shadow. And then all the cops show up and arrest him. Luckily, Sonic is headcanon as white, so he only gets arrested. And
but Shadow, on the other hand.
We'll get to that game later, trust me.
Yeah, and not shot Topical humor, am I right?
We'll get to that game, and it's
We'll get
many
there.
blunders
We'll get there. Don't worry about it too much.
in lines that they made.
So yeah, Sonic is arrested. We cut to Knuckles, who's hanging out with me. Hello.
Hello?
Because Rouge the Bat's there. And they're arguing over the Master Emerald because she wants the Master Emerald because it's a big jewel. And Rouge likes jewels. She likes hitting the jewel. So, yeah, they're arguing about it when suddenly Eggman comes and tries to steal it. And Knuckles is like, nah, mate. So he hits the jewel.
And the Master Emerald shatters from
literally, in this case. He literally hit the jewel.
Now, why he does this...
Doesn't that release Chaos?
Oh, no, Chaos is back in the past now.
Chaos is chill. Yeah, Chaos is happy now. He's not mad anymore.
So that Eggman can't steal it.
Okay, but I guess, but then Eggman could just get the parts.
He can't be bothered.
He's not going to.
Yeah, Knuckles is going to go do it.
Oh, okay.
Knuckles and Rouge are going to go do it.
Yeah, because Rouge also wants it. So, I'm not really going to keep mentioning Knuckles, because he doesn't really have much to do with the overarching story. He's just kind of looking for the emerald pieces.
He goes to some places. There's a funky place called...
This is the Master Emerald.
Yeah, he's got some cool music. You know, he's like... But that's about it.
I love Hamilton.
Yeah, close enough.
Pumpkin Hill
Knuckles
actually sounds really similar to the backing track of The Room Where It Happens. Really similar. Give it a listen in your own time. It is really, really similar.
All right.
Okay, I'll give it a listen later.
So we go to Tails, who is heading to Prison Island, where Sonic is locked up.
Prison Island.
Sorry. They run into Amy, who is about to be menaced by Eggman. So Tails stops Eggman. And then breaks Sonic out of jail.
The reason she's about to get attacked is because she mistaked Shadow as Sonic.
They look very similar.
Because she also is colorblind.
Because she realized that Sonic is 15, so it's at that age where you go through an emo phase and you like dye your hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they break Sonic out of jail, and he runs really fast right into Shadow. And they fight a little bit. And that's it.
And after the fight, Sonic hears over Shadow's radio that the island is about to explode.
Yeah. So yeah, there goes Hawaii, I guess.
I don't know if that actually happens in the game. What?
Very loud.
Because the island is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prison Island just blows up.
Yeah.
Sick and tired of you. My life has been nothing but misery since I've met you. I've fucked. By the way, this island will explode in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah, that literally is pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do some stuff and they go to Egypt and they take an ancient Egyptian rocket.
Yeah, they find Eggman's secret...
like a space shuttle.
Yes.
So I might just mention this like real quick. They find Eggman's super secret hidden base in the
Eggman's just set up a secret base in a pyramid, so it's actually Eggman's rocket, but
yeah, that's
it's funny
very
how
well
to call
hidden
it
and
a
definitely
ancient
not.
Egyptian space shuttle.
No, but like the base is like very well hidden and definitely does not have his
also
face
Eggman
plastered
pisses on the
over a
moon.
bunch of things.
Why?
To show he's awesome.
No. Why is it in the pyramid?
Good hiding.
Because he stole a. We'll get to it later, but
and they come with green guards. The ghosts.
He stole the pyramid?
So no,
Yes.
the pyramid had been converted
and now he's going
into
to steal the moon.
Yeah, it was like a launch base for Gun to go into space. It was like
So
one of
then
many
why did
bases.
Gun build it into a pyramid?
Wait, Gun was one? You know what? Never mind. The point is, there is an ancient Egyptian spaceship,
Actually,
and they take it
double check.
to the Ark, And on the way, they accidentally drop some of the Monster Emerald pieces. Oh yeah, because Knuckles is tagging along with them now.
And he's got a couple
Main
at some point.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to find Rouge because she has some of the shots.
Oh, no, okay, I made a mistake. It is Eggman's base, however, like, I still don't understand how he hid a base from the military in a pyramid, which he plastered with his big fucking face.
But to be fair, there's a lot of military robots in it. Eggman just blows them all up.
But, like, the base has his face on it.
Yeah, they're just terrible at invading Eggman's base.
But why?
Because they're the military.
No. Why the pyramid?
Why not the
I'm
pyramid?
stuck on this point.
Why not the pyramids?
I guess.
It's like half the work already done. The building already exists.
I was gonna say, like, the interior's already all done, like...
Yeah. It's an location that's hard to reach, because you gotta cross, like, fucking Death Valley.
But, like, people live in Egypt.
Yeah, but not this part of Egypt.
But they don't live in the pyramids.
And
If it's like the pyramids, it's like Giza is like one of the largest cities in Egypt.
Well, we never said it was the Giza pyramid. It could be one of the other ones.
Specified like the pyramids, but like it's just a pyramid base.
Just happens to be. I mean, all pyramids they're like they're pyramids.
Yep.
Not all of them. That is reductive. There are some cooler designed pyramids in Egypt, but
really,
a lot of the pyramids are just square blocks.
This one is like a more traditional kind of like square block pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a 3D triangle kind of thing.
All constructed extremely accurately. The Egyptians were very, very good at maths. Well, usually very good at maths. I say the Egyptians, like, ancient Egypt lasted for like 2,000 years. A lot of different dynasties and peoples, but still.
Yeah.
Anyways, point is,
we're in space now, and basically they got a plan. The Eggman's got most of the Chaos Emeralds, and they plan on putting the yellow Chaos Emerald, which Tails has constructed a fake version of, into the Eclipse Cannon, which is the thing used to piss on the moon.
Yeah, do not ask how he made a fake emerald. He just does this.
Yeah, which will reverse it and like shut it down.
And by the way, just another real quick thing. The reason Eggman pissed on the moon was to threaten the Earth government, but it's like, why?
Let's just continue on. Anyway, they're about to do the plan, but it doesn't work out because Tails and Amy both get captured by Eggman.
And Tails is an idiot and spills the beans on the plane.
Sonic goes to meet up with Eggman. He manages to trick Tails into spilling the beans on what the plan is. Captures Sonic in a capsule and launches out into space where the capsule explodes.
This is the death of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, that's not till April.
Oh god, fuck.
Because Sonic's not dead, he used the fake emerald to teleport away using Chaos Control.
Do not ask why the fake emerald has the same abilities as a real emerald.
Well,
this will never be explained.
He wanted to make sure no one would notice.
It should not have the exact same capabilities as a full-on proper emerald, though.
Can we just move on with the story?
I was just like lightly bringing up this.
Yeah. By the way, Knuckles finds more shards, fights Rouge and gets the last few shards back and fixes the Monster Emerald at the end.
And catches Rouge's interest.
Should have been me, not him, and all that.
It should have been me.
I wish Knuckles would look at me the same way he looks at Rouge. I meant.
Not fair.
Anyway, so.
Find you a man that looks at you the way Knuckles looks at the Master Emerald.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to worry about that because I am literally Rouge right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Easy.
So, we're told. Fuck, what were we told?
We're told there's only a few minutes until the Eclipse Cannon fires.
Yeah, so Sonic goes to put the fake emerald in there, which he probably should have just done earlier. But whatever.
However, he runs into Shadow one last time.
They have an epic battle, and Sonic does a bunch of homing attacks on the Eclipse Cannon.
Yeah.
And the end happens.
Sonic and Shadow discuss what a GIF is, and how it's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced GIF.
It's pronounced GIF, okay?
You spell it out every time?
Yeah.
To anyone watching this, pronounced GIF. If you say GIF, you're wrong. Fuck you.
You pronounce laser as LASER.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, onto the dark story. So, what opens with Eggman breaking into a military base. Because apparently some sort of experiment his grandpa did that he read about in his diary was locked up here, and he's like, that sounds pretty cool. Because apparently the military shut down whatever the experiment this was because they were scared of it.
Mm.
So he breaks in and finds it. And it turns out the experiment is Shadow. He's like, alright, I'll help you conquer the world because you freed me. And he tells him to come to the space colony arc and bring a Chaos Emerald. Meanwhile, we have the whole thing with Rouge and the Mouse Emerald. That doesn't... It's just kind of a repeat of what happened in the hero story, so we won't worry about that too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we follow Eggman along for a bit until he watches a news report about what they believe is Sonic robbing a bank for a Chaos Emerald, but it's actually Shadow. And we cut to Shadow, who has a flashback about a girl, and he's all like, I promised you revenge. And then we go through Radical Highway.
Back, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Considering the connection between the radical left and the speedrunning community. What?
What? Oh, this.
Yeah, anyway, so he runs into Sonic, and then he leaves. It's all thing.
They both run very, very fast.
Meanwhile, Rouge followed Eggman to the Pyramid, Ancient Egypt space shuttle base. And it turns out they didn't even need to steal an ancient Egyptian space shuttle because they already have an ancient Egyptian teleporter.
You missed the flashback that Shadow has.
No, I mentioned that. You just went there for that.
Oh, you already did? Okay. No, that's fine. Never mind.
So, why is there a teleporter to the Ark in Eggman's base in the pyramid?
Don't ask.
It's an ancient Egyptian teleporter. It was already there. He just entered the coordinates and we're there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not important. Moving on.
So they head off. Oh yeah, so Rouge follows him to the Ark and is like, I'll help you out if you give me the radar that tracks down magic gems like Chaos Emeralds. And Eggman's like, alright, I guess.
Yeah, fine.
And they learn that there's 3 Chaos Emeralds on Prison Island, so they head there to do a heist.
Mm-hmm.
They do the heist, which involves Rouge.
It goes horribly.
Eggman distracts them, Rouge breaks into the vault, gets the emeralds, and Shadow places the bomb on the island. That blows everything up. But Rouge gets stuck in a vault while trying to escape. But luckily, Shadow comes back and saves her.
Because he has a flashback to a girl dying.
Yeah. But we didn't know she died yet. They didn't tell us that.
And I can't let another girl die.
Yep. So...
Everybody knows I'm a feminist!
Yeah, that's true.
Teleports in.
So is Eggman.
According to the manual, yeah.
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 Anyway, so... they head back to the Ark. We get to see Eggman piss on the moon again.
Yep.
Okay, this is the time he actually pisses on the moon, because that's typically in the Dark Story video.
It doesn't appear in the hero one.
Yeah, it's different in the hero. Anyway, and they learn that Tails has the final emerald, so they kind of chase after him for a bit, but that doesn't really go anywhere.
Surprisingly, he's hard
then we're
to
back
catch.
on the Ark. Rouge's story just kind of wraps up the same way it did, like, when we saw it from Knuckles' perspective.
Oh, we learned one thing, though, from Rouge, which is that Shadow might not be the original Shadow.
No, that's not till later.
Isn't that now? Oh, fuck. I thought it was before.
Oh, wait, no, you're kind of right. There's a line about whether it's what they think it is. They think it is. Also, Shadow figures out that Rouge is actually a spy who, let me get this wrong, she works for the president as like a private spy, not directly for Gunn at this point.
She doesn't work for Gunn.
Yeah.
President has hired a private investigator.
She's effectively a private investigator, thief / whatever you need her to be.
Yeah. She's like freelance, basically.
And she does vastly better than anything the president's forces could have done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Gunn are really incompetent, I'm going to be honest.
You'll see later that they are very, very incompetent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened. And yeah, she has a whole thing with Knuckles and the mushroom will get fixed and all that sort of thing. Yeah, we get the whole Sonic being shot out into space and blowing up thing, and we learn he survives, and Shadow runs off to try and stop Sonic. They have a showdown. After Eggman fought with Tails, he managed to yoink the emerald from Tails without him noticing. And I guess he didn't realize the cannon was broken by Sonic, so he puts the lost emerald in anyway, which activates a secret. Which leads us to the final story.
I'm sorry.
So, in the final story, I'll go. It's pretty quick to explain, actually.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Basically, as it turns out, 50 years ago, Gunn funded an experiment called Project Shadow to create like the ultimate life form, who we know today as Shadow the Hedgehog, and immortality.
Yeah.
And Gerald Robotnik, who is Eggman's grandfather, agreed, hoping to find a cure for a disease that his granddaughter Maria Robotnik had.
It's great-grandfather.
No, it's just grandfather.
Isn't it great?
No, it's just normal grandfather.
Okay.
But Gunn got scared and forcibly shut down the project, raided the space colony Ark, and killed everyone on board, except for Gerald and Shadow, whose Shadow was put in an escape pod by Maria and sent to Earth right before she was shot and killed. And Gerald was captured and arrested.
Yeah, once Shadow landed on Earth, he was sealed away.
Yeah, he was captured by Gun agents and put in stasis for 50 years until Eggman woke him up.
So technically, Shadow is 50-ish years old.
Yeah, 50-something.
Making him the oldest character by far.
Yeah. So what do you do next?
Next, we find out Gerald's plan, don't we?
Yeah, so Gerald basically went crazy after they killed everyone he knew and loved.
Which is fair.
Yeah. And basically reprogrammed the Ark so if the Eclipse cannon, they put all 7 Chasms in the cannon, it will reprogram the Ark to crash into Earth and go Kabooyakasha and kill everyone.
Skeet.
Yeah, that whole thing. So everyone except Shadow, it was like, oh no, we need to stop this because this is real bad. And so they come up with a plan to use the Master Emerald to like reverse the Chaos Emerald's powers to stop the Ark from falling. So they head to the Cannon's Core, where it turns out Gerald built a replica of the Master Emerald train because I guess he thought it would be cool.
And he also is implied to have actually been to Angel Island at some point.
Oh no, he has. It's in the journal.
Well, it's canon now. It is canon now that he's been to Angel Island and seen the murals.
Yeah, and he thought that was
hence why Shadow looks the way he does, because he's like directly based
on the murals on Angel
and we
Island.
get to meet something that was kind of foreshadowed earlier with Rouge's like discussion over the radio about like confirming a Shadow who they think he is.
Yeah,
because we learned that there actually exists a prototype of Shadow.
Yeah,
known as the Bio Lizard.
Who is weaker because he isn't shaped like a ball with spikes.
A gigantic lizard, not the size of a plane, I would say. Like a passenger plane.
This tells us that Gerald first went to the Mystic Ruins and saw the murals of Perfect Chaos.
Yeah, he saw the Chaos and placed his first design of that. But he's pretty unstable. He's really big, doesn't got legs, and requires a giant life support pack to live.
He's also constantly in pain.
Yeah, life is rough for the Bio Lizard. And as it turns out, Gerald basically like reprogrammed his brain so that he'll do anything in his power to keep the Ark on its collision course with Earth.
Yep.
But luckily at this point, Shadow has a conversation with Amy and gets basically Gerald like tampered with Shadow's memories. So he thought that Maria wanted revenge when she actually was like protect humanity, and Shadow gets his memories back and is good now.
And he remembers her real wish to protect humanity.
Yeah. And he fights the Bio-Lizard off so that Knuckles and Sonic can do their thing with the Master Emerald. And initially it seemed to work until it turns out the Bio-Lizard knows Chaos Control. And he
decides to
teleports himself and kind of fuses with the Ark. So
he shoves the giant laser cannon up its rear and starts moving the laser, physically like crawling through space.
He's like moving it through space himself to keep it going. And so they're like, oh, that's not good. So Sonic and Shadow go super and save it the day.
Yeah, and Crush 40 is playing in the back.
And then Shadow falls to Earth and lands 6 feet under.
And supposedly dies.
That's what I said.
Rest in peace, Shadow the Hedgehog.
But he's too popular, so he comes back. But, you know, for now,
of course,
we thought he was supposed to be dead. And thus ends
well, I guess,
Sonic
like,
Adventure 2.
The later revisions show like the Chaos Control effect, so it's implied that he...
No, it's like explained by Eggman in one of the games.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot,
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to that.
Anyways, it's time for Sonic Heroes.
No, you're wrong.
Fuck!
We're going to take a quick detour. We're near the end, I promise.
No, but like in terms of like all the Sonic games, how many Sonic I think how many out of the total?
That we're going to cover, I don't know.
We're probably like halfway.
Yeah, but we're not doing every game in this stream. We'll do like another one some other time.
Yeah, we'll do the other ones later.
Yeah, we're nearly through the ones I've actually written down.
Otherwise, it will be 1 a.m.
Yeah, so we're just going to take a quick detour really quick. We're not discussing the whole plot of this game, just one character. Sonic Battle, because this comes up later.
Yeah, it's
so at one point, Gerald found a robot that they would later... Well, he didn't name it, Sonic did. They named it Emerald. He's an ancient robot built by an ancient race of... I don't know, actually.
We'll get to it later, because this actually has implications for Chronicles, but...
Yeah. He's a robot who is the most advanced of his, like, kind of robots. They're called Gizoids. And if he sees someone do something, he can, like, copy their moves perfectly.
They're called what? Oids?
Gizoids.
Gizoids. Not Gizoids. Gizoids.
Right.
Never thought of that, don't know. Anyway,
like
and basically, just to sum up this robot Emerald's like whole deal in this game, basically, Emerald becomes friends with Sonic Cast. He gets his hands on some Chaos Emeralds, which causes his old programming to act up, and he turns evil and starts attacking them. So Sonic is forced to kill him, and that sucks. And then, the end.
And Chaos was there too.
But only a multiplayer?
He's a secret boss.
Yes, I thought it was just multiplayer.
No, he's a secret boss.
Oh, neat. I'm gonna assume not canon, though.
I mean, yeah, debatable, because, like...
Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Sonic Battle. So...
do not worry, the Gizoid will return later in another title.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that one in passing.
We did.
Gizoid will return.
Anyway, on to Sonic Heroes. So Sonic Heroes has 4 stories, but luckily
briefly.
But I was going to say, luckily 2 of them can be summed up in about 2 sentences.
And the first one being Sonic's one.
Okay, Team Sonic. Basically, one day Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles get a letter from Eggman like, oh, I'm about to do some evil shit, you better stop me, bitch.
In like 3 days specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to kill everyone. It'd be a shame if anyone stopped me.
Yeah, then they do that. Also, about halfway through, it's revealed that Metal Sonic is back. And he says he copied their data, whatever that means.
He's also looking very different.
Yeah, he has like a cool new form. but that's battle they were safe for Team Sonic. Team Rose, who I know it's not the second one, but we're just gonna do it now because they're on a similar vote. Basically, Froggy and Cream the Rabbit. It's a character now.
Yay!
They were in Sonic Advance, but I didn't mention those games because there's not really much to add there. So
is Cheese a character as well now?
Yes.
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 And they has, and apparently there's another child called Chocola who is also missing. So they gotta go find them along with Froggy. And Amy's tagging along too because Sonic.
Supposedly, because supposedly Sonic kidnapped Chocola and Froggy, according to random news article that Amy is reading. It
wasn't, by the way, it was Metal Sonic.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. If I had a penny for each time a character with a similar silhouette to another character was mistaken to be Sonic.
Oh, no, the news article is clearly just...
Don't worry, we're gonna have more of those.
It is straight up Sonic's model in the news article. They didn't bother, trying to make it look like metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't worry, we're gonna have a lot more of those moments.
Yeah. I mean, given that it is a series with a lot of characters...
Yeah, it's not in this stream.
Makes sense.
Anyways.
So we... Yeah, they just kind of run around and do their thing. And Metal Sonic covers their data, it's a thing.
He copies Froggy's
Chaos data from
Chaos's data.
Froggy and the Chow. Oh yeah, I guess I never mentioned this, but Chaos was like a Chow that was mutated with Chaos energy.
Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
We'll get more
Chows are related to Chaos?
Yeah.
We'll get more into how that all ties into another whole thing, but that's for
the next stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the two that actually have significant importance. First up, Team Dark. So one day Rouge breaks into one of Eggman's bases and she runs into Shadow? He's alive.
Whoa!
But he has amnesia.
And he's being contained.
And we also run into another new character, an Eggman robot named Omega, the final in the E-Series robots. So he's full, serial number is E123 Omega. And I guess Eggman just decided to abandon putting little robots in his mechs now.
Because Omega is not powered by one. He's just...
No, he just has batteries or something.
Yeah, he just has batteries. So.
Like a normal person.
Eggman is making incredible advances in the fields of not literal slavery.
I think the Eggmons are also battery powered.
Not stealing little robots and putting them in them because that seems like a really impractical system.
Well, I mean, yeah. He also has a mass-produced line now known as the Egg Pawns, which are his new...
Yeah, that's kind of just his thing going forward. Using. Except for the one time he took a break from them in 2008, but we'll get to that later.
And 2006.
In 2006, yeah. But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to those later.
So, they decide to track down Eggman together. About halfway through, they see a robot duplicate of Shadow. I don't know where it came from.
A bunch of
it's androids. Here now. No, that's not till
the implication. The
implication. No, we're getting to that.
No. So you know the mission on the train, right?
Oh, right.
Those pods would have been containing the one they find there.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
That's the implication that the mission.
Anyway, so they make it to Eggman's flying. Oh yeah, Eggman has an armada of flying ships now.
Oh, and Metal Sonic copies
and
Shadow's
a kick-ass theme to go with it.
Yeah.
And then a second theme that's not as good, but
the first one's pretty cool, but the second one's kind of
yeah. But anyway, and then they find a room full of Shadow androids, as they're called. And okay, look, it's kind of left ambiguous if this is the real Shadow or not. It is.
I mean, it's pretty much heavily implied that this is the real Shadow. Because
I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that the one in Sonic Heroes that you're playing is the...
Yeah, he is the real Shadow, but that's because that's why that line with Omega exists, because he's pointing out the obvious fact that...
Yeah, he points out that
why would one of them be...
make robot clones, you need the original.
Yeah. Well, he also says, why would one of them just be sealed away off randomly on its own?
Yeah, that one's real Shadow, the rest are just robot copies. So... That ends Team Dark story. Now finally we have Team Chaotix. Told you they would come back.
And they got a cool upgrade. Vector now has Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah. So basically, here's how it goes. One day, they were chilling in the office when they get mail. Always love
Eggman.
We're not doing this. When they get mail and are told, I need your help from a mysterious walkie-talkie that was in the mail. So they do a bunch of missions. Metal Sonic shows up again, and eventually they make it to Eggman's ship, where they discover that their mysterious client was Eggman.
Dr. Eggman.
What?
So we head into the final story. It turns out that Metal Sonic turned on Eggman, basically, and locked him up in this room so that he could defeat Sonic himself. And using all the data he's copied from all these guys, along with a bunch of parts he rummaged up from all the flying armada ships around him, he becomes
He'll definitely
Metal.
be able to do it.
Yeah, he becomes Metal Madness, and
he'll
fights some of the teams. Then he upgrades even further and becomes Metal Overlord, and we get ourselves a Crush 40 song as Sonic and friends. Specifically Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go super and fight.
No. Sonic goes super and
I looked it up. Apparently that counts as them being super.
That's super. That's stupid.
I know, just don't worry about it. And they fight Metal Overlord in an epic final battle, and they defeat him because they're Sonic heroes.
And a pretty depressing ending. In a pretty sad moment for Metal. Metal questions why he can never beat Sonic at all, which is kind of depressing when you think that's like Sonic his only purpose in life.
And yeah, this ends the game.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to our final game, we're going to take a quick detour because it's going to be important later. We're going to move on to Sonic Rush on the DS.
Yeah.
So, Sonic's story isn't really that deep. Basically, it's just like he's kind of doing his normal thing as he does usually. Just instead of Eggman, it's a different version of Eggman called Eggman Nega.
Yes.
Can we just call him Negative? Can we just call him Eggman Negative?
It is a Japanese shortening of Negative.
How would we call him Yellow Jacket?
Sure, that's fine.
A yellow jacket over his normal jacket.
I don't want to take risks here.
So he's chasing up the yellow jacket.
It is a little funny.
And he has a run with a character called Blaze, the cat, who we're actually going to talk about. So basically, Blaze is the princess of another dimension, which has kind of been labeled the Soul Dimension. I don't know if that's the official name, but it's kind of what fans call it at the very least. So we're just going to stick with that to make things easier. And in her dimension, instead of Chaos Emeralds, they have the Soul Emeralds. And so she chases after just normal Eggman and tries to get them back while they're like, you should ask Sonic for help. And she's like, no, I don't need help or friends because it's my duty and I gotta do it on my own.
Need no man or woman or any other human, or, animal contact.
Companion guy. But she does make friends with Cream, so that's nice.
Yay.
Yeah.
Until eventually Blaze meets Sonic and they have an epic battle. And she's like, alright, I guess I learned my lesson.
We also meet Cream's mom, Vanilla.
No, she was in Sonic Advance 3.
She's also
is that a JoJo's reference?
No, she's in this game as well.
Yeah, I know, but we were first introduced to her in Sonic Advance 3.
Advance 3, but like...
Actually, I think it's Advance 2.
Was it 2? Oh yeah, it was 2 where he said so, yeah.
Because Eggman kidnapped her for some reason, I don't...
Why did Eggman kidnap her?
Yeah, I don't really know when he got out of that. Anyway.
But fun fact about Vanilla, for some reason she's the size of an average human mother.
Does that mean Cream's gonna be really tall when she gets older?
An average human mother? What?
Yes.
A human mother's a different size to other humans?
Yeah.
Well, no, because like other Sonic characters are short.
No, it's just funny he said an average human mother. You know?
Yeah,
I get what you mean. But that's like how it's said.
So...
The size of a human mother.
Like, well, if we said an average rabbit mother, then
yeah, that would be weird because then she'd be tiny as hell.
yeah.
So we do have to specify that it is an average human mother.
You don't have to specify mother. You could just say the size of an average human.
Well, then how do you know what kind of human we're talking
yeah,
about? I
was
could say
gonna say.
human, and you could think of Andre the Giant.
Because like human
Andre the Giant
bodybuilders-
can be a mother.
Yeah, but Vanilla's not the
bodybuilders could be a
size of
different
Andre the
height
Giant.
from, like,
And I think
Andre the Giant is not your average human mother.
he's not
fair.
your average
Exactly.
like height for a human. He's in fact quite famous for being quite above the average height for a
Well,
human.
what defeats the purpose? If he's not average height for a human, then you don't need to specify mother, because regular humans aren't that size either.
Yeah, but you know, I think we're getting distracted here, and I'm getting a little confused trying to keep up with this
No, it's
conversation, to be honest. So, yeah, so we just learned about Blaze and stuff, and the Soul Dimension, and
Mhm.
Sonic goes super, and Blaze has her own super form called Burning Blaze,
yeah.
and they defeat the two Eggmans and save it the day from the two dimensions kind of like crashing into each other and like destroying each other.
That'd be pretty bad.
I can imagine.
So yeah, that's Sonic Rush, and on to our
Yeah.
final game, which I think would have more lore to talk about, but considering because of how much stuff happens in the game, but considering how the game actually is structured, leaves me with very little I actually need to say. Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, not the character,
No. Wait.
even though the character is in the game because he is literally the main character.
Oh, I thought the main character was Rouge in the game Shadow the Hedgehog.
No.
Or,
I mean, she is one of the
maybe-
most reoccurring like companion characters in this game, but anyway, so basically, Shadow still has amnesia from Heroes, and he's kind of like, "Damn, this sucks. What am I supposed to do about all this?" And suddenly, aliens, as
Alien?
as is known to happen
Yes.
sometimes,
Aliens.
and
Yeah,
their
I hate
leader,
when that
his name
happens.
is Black Doom.
And the alien race is unfortunately called the Black Arms.
Yeah, we need to rebrand that.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot more of a normal name than what the military calls them, but
That is true.
So never ask what the rugby team of New Zealand is called. Or how you cheer on the rugby team of New Zealand.
Okay, hold on, I'm googling it.
I'm kind of curious.
It's the All Blacks.
I know they're the All Blacks, but I was like,
And you
what's
said-
the cheer?
Go the Blacks.
Oh,
Or go the All Blacks.
I feel like that's a lot more positive, though. It's not like saying
Oh yeah.
some of the stuff that's in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and like,
Oh, okay.
weird, like out of context racist sounding stuff aside, we basically here's what we need to know. So the character Black Doom is their leader of the aliens who are called the Black Arms. And a long time ago, as we learn, he worked with Gerald and gave him some of his DNA in order to like finish building Shadow.
Mhm.
Basically. And Shadow's like, oh no.
And Shadow's like, "Are you my father?"
And I guess they're like, in a weird way, yes.
If you think about it,
also-
yeah.
Also, Black Doom is voiced by Goku.
He is.
This is
Oh.
important.
We also learned there's a guy called the Gun Commander who is all mad at Shadow because he said it was his fault that the gun base got raided. That the what's it called? The Ark got raided.
They all got rated. Which
Oh yeah,
is-
apparently he was
not
on the Ark
true.
at some point.
Yeah, he would visit
Who
often
was?
because like his family were rich. The Gun Commander.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who, by
yeah.
the way, it took a long time, but he recently got an official name. It's Abraham. Abraham
Yeah.
Towers.
Yeah.
Abraham Towers.
Yes. For the longest time, he was just known as the Gun Commander.
Yeah, we didn't have a
Yeah.
name.
But yeah, he used to hate Shadow, but now they're on better terms.
Mhm.
After this game.
And if you're playing on hard mode, you get a conversation where you write Shadow over for dinner.
Wait,
Which they
really?
still haven't had.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of cool.
like I said, that
They
was
still haven't had that dinner though.
oddly wholesome. Oh, he's
Yeah.
a grandpa now.
Doesn't the president also invite him to come visit his family?
I don't know. The president has like a little photo of them on his desk.
Yeah. The president is a weird fan of Sonic and Shadow.
Yeah, he has like a photo of them on his desk outside the White House. I don't really know what that's all about. That was from prom night, I guess.
I miss the days when Sonic and Shadow would come over.
So yeah, that
Quite cool.
So yeah, basically, Shadow gets his memories back after getting all 10 endings, most of which are not canon outside the True Hero one, apparently, even though that's still kind of leaves some questions. Okay, gets his memory back, and it turns out the reason why the Black Arms are here is because they want to use the Chaos Emeralds to teleport their ship, the Black Comet, right up to Earth and release a bunch of like paralyzing gas so their young can feed on all of the humans.
Yep.
Right.
Because Shadow is part alien, he's immune to their gas and goes to fight Black
Everyone
Doom.
else, the rest of the Sonic cast, though, we see literally being poisoned, gassed, and
because
on the
for
verge
some
of
reason,
getting eaten.
Because since this is Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic's just useless now.
Yeah,
that is.
Although he does still have time for racism.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. But anyway,
even the whole cast does it, so like.
Yeah, so yes, Shadow chases after Black Doom, gets the Chaos Emerald and goes super and fights him in his new powered up form called Devil Doom.
Yeah, and
also
this
known
time
as
Shadow
the Devil's
fights.
Dog.
Yeah,
and
this time Shadow is fighting for his own reasons.
And
he's
he
not
teleports
any other.
the Black Comet away right into in front of the Eclipse cannon, which they shoot. They fire at the comet and blow it up. Because apparently that's the reason why what's-his-face Gerald made it in the first place.
To destroy the
Because he knew about the aliens, right?
Yeah, because he knew they were going to come back, and he was like, oh, I should probably do something about that.
Yeah, because he realized that he made a horrible deal with the literal devil. He calls it a Faustian deal and everything, so...
Yeah. Maybe this wasn't the best idea in hindsight.
What, shaking hands with a random alien creature and saying, yeah, I'll definitely give you these powerful gems so you can take over our planet later?
Yeah. I think that might have been not the wisest decision.
Anyways,
just me,
that's all sorted now.
Yep.
And we'll never have to bring this game up again.
There's no...
Fuck. We do bring it up again, don't we?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
There's no Shadow the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles?
There is not.
Oh, that's technically a Shadow the Hedgehog 2,
isn't even in this game much.
He's voiced by Dan Green now, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, starting from... Was it? Yeah, it was this game. Aside from this game, we have new voice actors who were originally from the 4Kids dub of Sonic X.
Some of them also from other animes that were dubbed at around the same time.
Yeah.
Like, as mentioned,
like
Dan Green, who does Yugi normally.
Well, isn't it specifically Yama Yugi?
He does both.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. And with that Jeep cleaned, we're gonna end this stream for now.
Woo! And you think we're about like halfway through the game?
Yeah, we're like a cool halfway through the games we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Because all we have left.
Plus, I'm leaving out a cliffhanger because the next Sonic game came out in 2006.
No.
Yes. See, I actually do know like most of the plot of this one. Oh, also Adventure 2, but like you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you see,
anyway,
first you have to go to Memphis, Tennessee.
No. We can't go into this yet. Until the next stream.
Next stream, baby.
Sorry, spoilers.
Do you have anything you want to add before I end this?
Yeah, I do. Do you mind if I shout out someone?
I'll allow it.
Yeah, there's one of my friends is like a Twitch streamer as well, and they're really cool. I reckon you should go to twitch.tv/Costa Rica 123. He does some pretty cool stuff. Just check him out if you got the time.
I mean, I also heard that guy has a YouTube channel, which I think people should subscribe to, honestly.
Yeah, what was that?
He's currently playing through Super Mario 64 and Legends of Ocarina of Time, if you're a fan of those games.
Yeah. You know the link, right, dude?
Yeah. It's literally right below this stream. It's right down there. It's down there.
Oh, you guys should go click that right now. Go to the YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and tune in for